Welcome to Storm King's Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy-ass friends, we get together and we like to play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I love how Devin got so loud, his mic was just like, no, not at all, nothing. Last time on session 27, which is fucking crazy to me, I realized the other day that's half a year. We've been playing for over half a year, but that's, over half a year's worth of sessions. Last week, our lords, after being stabbed in the ballroom, got to take down a couple of assassins, several of them, 5 total, I believe, where they had uncovered that the assassins had been sent by the Kraken Society for unknown means. One of them had successfully managed to kill Lord Umber, who Bergen was keen enough to point out may have been poisoned throughout the night to make this an easier takedown. Lord Succumber had survived, barely, with your assistance, and then of course, Tally and Bergen, while taking a couple of heavy blows, managed to walk it off. You guys proceeded to try to learn what you could from one of them by interrogating them, only to, when Tally uncovered the most critical piece of information, who ordered the kill, I believe was the exact phrasing, Tally was able to pick up mentally that Slackerthel, which, as soon as Tally spoke it aloud, the assassin looked panicked and began vomiting this briny seawater as it poured through his mouth, his nose, and until he suffocated. You guys also spoke with Lady Daggerford, who had also been a target, and had managed to kill her assailant using some type of psychic abilities that Tally had picked up. She also seemed disingenuous and rattled, saying she had to freshen up, and that's when the assassin had struck. You guys had picked up a few other things from the lords before you left. Talked to Lady Ivory, who had told you that Lord Umber believed that this would be the last of these events he would be attending. Something she initially took as a mere comment about how he hated these events, and yet now, in hindsight, seemed to be something more. Safine was able to tell you that Lord Umber was actually a member of Force Grey, a very well-respected adventuring group that Harshnag was a part of, that had saved the city and, by extension, the realm when they stopped the return of Tiamat. I think that's most of what y'all learned from the actual ball itself, but Daphne did tell you on the way home that it is not known that Lady Daggerford is a spellcaster, and later in the adventure, Davos had scryed upon her very keenly to discover that she is not who she appears to be. Someone has either taken her place or has always been in this role, this facade, and appears to be demonic in nature. You guys, after settling up the last few things in Nightstone, had began your flight north with your steeds in tow, and made the very long trek up to the Sea of Moving Ice. And not long after arriving, relatively quickly found Svardborg, the home of the Frost Giants, or at least this particular sect of Frost Giants, where you hope to find Lord Storvald, as well as his conch of teleportation that you require to get to Maelstrom, the Storm King's castle. Unfortunately, when you got there, the place seemed to be not abandoned, but there wasn't an outright guard posted. You did a little bit of snooping around in 2 of the lodges, finding 3 Frost Giants and 1 participating in a drinking contest, while in this next one you came across a somewhat suspicious mage, Nilron, who had informed you that he was also seeking the Ring of Winter, and was using Jorl Sorvold to achieve this end. He told you he would not interfere with what you were here for, but if you were to try to claim the ring, that he would try to capture it over you. You guys proceeded a little further to find 2 Frost Giants and 2 Winter Wolves in what you were told was the Jarl's chambers. And Bergen would know this. Winter Wolves, much more terrifying than Dire Wolves. Dire Wolves are big, and Winter Wolves by size are a little smaller, but they are monstrous. They have been affected by their environment on a molecular level. And these things steal like whole cows. They are not, hunting sheep. These things are ruthless hunters. Just to give you an idea of what you're up against. Within those chambers, you also found, or also spotted, 7 iced over dragon eggs sitting in the corner, which are enormous. I think 3 feet wide, 5 feet tall, and likely a few 100 pounds each. But just stand out as peculiar in this place. And with that, my dudes, I think that we're ready to go. I do want to remind everyone to make sure that your equipment is equipped. Your magic items are attuned to, because they will not give you their full effect if they are not attuned to. And that you guys have cold resistance because of your cloaks, of course, with the exception of Goldbrand, who already has this cold resistance, but his headlights are also on at all times now, so just keep that in mind. And one thing I forgot to follow up on before you guys left Nightstone, are you sending a battalion to the East Tower that Lady Daggerford had given you in the previous segment? And if so, which battalion?
You mentioned before we could split them. How many? Does it only take one unit to fill the tower?
Yes, one battalion has to be at least a D4. It can't be your levies.
At least a D4.
Which is the minimum size, unit.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if your guards are a D... Well, and actually, this one is slightly outdated. Your guards are now a D8, because your city has grown, so has your guards' presence. So you could send half of your guards to that. You could also try to send the Ardeep Rangers. May have some...
Goldfield Riders? Are they cavalry?
They are not your units to use, unfortunately. Those were just in this battle. You could choose to send the Trents, led by Thara, and you could not send the Westwind Wyvern because obviously that's your airship. You could, I guess, but then you wouldn't be able to do anything with that. What do you boys think?
What do y'all think? We can send we can send the Trents, or we can send like half of our troops of the Nightstone Watch or the
Nightstone Guard. You could.
Nightstone Guard, yeah.
I would also say, so like if your Nightstone Watch is a D8 and the Ardeep Rangers are a D6, you could send like a D2 of both, reduce their size, but then have a segment of both of them watching, and then you would still have somewhat big units back at home.
Oh.
I know that's getting complicated, but
no, I know that. I mean, does anyone
do that?
Yeah. Do you guys want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to go with infantry and archers, or do you want to do like infantry and trees, or that's about the only other option?
I do like the infantry and archers.
That's classic. So, a D2 of Ardeep and a D2 of the Nightstone Watch. Sweet. And with that, we'll hop back in. You guys are in the lodge that you now know to be Storvald's, standing outside of his throne room, occupied by the two winter wolves, horse-like in size, as well as the two frost giants, who seem to be just set upon guard duty, perhaps for the eggs, perhaps for other contents of the lodge itself. What do you boys do?
Well, I feel like we have a couple of options, friends. Excuse me. I think we need to decide what our biggest priority is here. Do we just want to kill them? Do we? Well, I don't know. Do we want to search the room? Do we want to? We can go fuck up the mage for more information if we were inclined. But
I mean, I imagine we're gonna fight these guys at some point. Not saying it has to be now, but
maybe we could do it now if y'all want. It might call for backup. It might be rough, but they're there for a reason? Question mark. They're guarding the dragon eggs, I would guess.
do we have to sneak by them to like keep checking this place out, or is this the last puzzle?
Yeah, they're looking into the next room. On the far east side here, you can see that there are. It's actually open to a balcony, and there's pillars here, and that's why the snow is sort of billowing in. There's also a ladder just above where the doorway is that leads up. You don't know what's up there. It's made for giants, but you guys could scale it with some effort. But
So we either fight these guys or move on, basically.
I don't know that
Were
we
there-
even with Pass Without a Trace, I'm not sure that we would get by them and up the ladder. We
Yeah, because you would know that the wolves would likely have advantage on checks involving smell, which are your pass without trace does cover everything, but it's still they would have advantage on those checks to find you.
Yeah.
And there are those weird
And they have
things
those
sailing
ice
downstairs.
bats downstairs.
Yeah, the
they are
mephits.
downstairs.
They're like imps.
Was there other more lodges to check out?
There are more lodges to check
Yeah,
out.
let me put you on the other map so you guys can check that out. These are the two biggest structures that you can see. Oh, I hope I hid that. Oh, I did. Okay. Woo! All right. So you guys are down here in this lodge number 1. You just checked out lodge number 2. This one to the far west seemed like it was mostly encased in ice. You're not sure exactly how much is open there. And you know from your viewing above that there is an inner chamber of this iceberg. It's almost like a volcano to where it is hollowed out in the center, and there's this type of lagoon that seemed to have a ledge all the way around to where you could pretty much walk around to access any other location. You saw a couple of ships in, but from the height you were at, it was difficult to make out any detail.
It's up to you. If you want to fuck something up, we can fuck something up. If y'all want to go, the center sounds neat. Do we see a way to get back to look in that place you were just describing in the middle?
In the middle, let me actually. There is something that it shows me here. Let me move you guys back over here to check to see if we can make it out in this. On the lower level of this location, the stairs that you went up, there is a door on the back end of that room down at 1D.
I see. So we can go that way, or we can go fuck them up, or we can go talk to the wizard again.
Congratulations. We've talked for 10 minutes and made no progress.
Well, to be honest,
I'm
I want to
fucking with
admit
you.
that I don't trust the wizard. I definitely want to be watching the door if we go in there to fight them. We did an insight check him when he was given his spill, and just I'm kind of nervous about that.
I will also tell you, these doors are giant sized. It is, for the group of you, it's not too difficult to open them. I mean, you guys barely pushed it open to take a peek in for when Tally was scouting the next room.
Mm-hmm.
But they are pretty significant. You could, if you would like, barricade the previous door if you were worried about him. You could go and try to take care of him now.
I mean, it's up to y'all. I don't know that he's going to get in our way, but I'm just nervous because we did an insight check him.
I kind of want to. I don't know. I almost kind of want to see what else there's to see before we delve into a fight, but that's just me.
Okay. Do you want to go to the door
What-
down the stairs then and look, check out the middle area?
Yeah.
I think.
What
we could-
what are you thinking, Brandon? He's thinking my boss is right behind me, Joey. Shut the fuck up.
Going back.
Okay. You
But
guys.
if we ended up, yeah, that's fine.
Are we trying to be stealthy? Because if so, do I still have pass without trace? I don't know how time
It
works.
has been within the hour. You guys haven't engaged in any combat yet, so you haven't had to drop it for other concentration needs. I would say you're still within your first hour of arrival. You're probably at least halfway through it, maybe a little more. We'll say half for now. Okay. You guys proceed back in through the chamber, and you see Nilron at a smaller desk made for humans in the corner. And he's eyeing you, not making any aggressive moves, but seems to be keeping tabs. You proceed down the stairs, down to 1D, and once again find yourself in the cold exterior of Svardborg, now on the inner alcove. Let me zoom out a bit so you guys can see this, because you see quite a bit. we're going to say that you guys are scoping out rather than just diving out there.
We're professionals at this point.
Most of this you can see now that I'm thinking about it. There we go.
Oh.
So you guys see quite a few. Why don't someone make a perception check just to ascertain exactly what you see?
Well, we all know who's gonna make that perception check.
Oh,
Designated.
the coast is clear, guys. Let's go.
You should
Okay.
take a look at it, Berg.
I mean, it's an 11, which isn't bad, but you know, it's still in that one. Make a stealth check with that for me.
Oh. Do I gotta? That's a 39.
You're lucky
thanks.
as fuck. So, Tally pops his head out, and immediately you see a crash of snow, and he comes back in, and he shakes his head, and he's like, I didn't get a look, but there was a snowball, I think, that hurtled at me. I don't know if they know where we are or what. He has no fucking clue what's going on.
Oh.
Someone else can make a stealth and a perception check if they would like.
Get it, Burger. You get that 10 to your stealth check.
Tally feels confident that they didn't see him, but he's like, it was
He's just
immediately
very
as I turned the corner. Yeah,
So that's a 21.
thank you for that. Because I was about to be like, that's not great. Roll a perception check for me too, Bergen. 14. Okay, that's better. So you see quite a few things. Main thing you see is this icy lagoon within Svardborg, and inside of it you see 3 ships. These 2, marked number 9, seem to be free. They seem to be actual ships that are used and well traveled. There is a frost giant upon each of them, and you can see that they're having a snowball fight. It's almost odd, and granted, a giant snowball fight. So these are snow and ice and compact that would likely deal a bit of damage. Tally got the residual of one, thankfully. They weren't aiming for him. But the tunnel just kind of lines up to where this frost giant over here on the stern of this one, and this one over here on the bow of this one, the line of fire was just right up that alley. You also see across the way another ship that is partially encased in the ice. And upon it, you see 2 small dinghies. There's a giant on one of the dinghies who is seemingly keeping watch over humanoid figures, difficult to make out at this distance, but that seem to be actively working. They all have ropes tied around their waists and pythons into the ice, and they seem to be trying to excavate the ship from the ice. And you gather that these are not ships that this generation of ice giants have built, but rather that the ancient giants of Astoria built. They might be repaired by the current residents of Svardborg, but these are not of their own make.
Well, dang, I relay all of that to my compatriots.
Sorry,
Tell
you-
them of our newfound future citizens of whatever.
I love how it's just the default assumption now. So you do see 2 other things, I should say. You see that to your left there is another tunnel that you gather leads to the lodge that you had previously investigated, and there's another one on the far side. And as well as the building with the dock to your right.
I don't have any way to fly us over those, so it's up to y'all. Do we?
So how many giants have we counted so far? Is this like 5 or 6?
You're at
This
7, I
is-
think. 3 in the first,
Yeah.
2 in this current building you're in, and then 2 out here.
3 out here.
Oh, you're correct. 3, so that's 8.
Plus the winter wolves.
Plus the Winterwolves, plus the Mephits, plus whatever other nasties you haven't quite
yeah.
uncovered. Looks like Goldbrand's thinking about something, but doesn't want to say it.
No, I'm just.
Remember, he's wise. He's not smart, but he's wise. Okay.
They're. Hold on. All Goldbrand knows is we have to find him, and he apparently is not here.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to find a.
Do we want to wait for him, or do we want to go find him?
Did the wizard say he was coming back?
He was on raid, I
he-
think is what the wizard
well-
said.
He's out whale hunting. I may have said raid mistakenly last week, but he is out hunting, is what Neilron told you.
Could go back and grill that dude some more.
How about it? You think he
Okay.
knows some more shit?
We could ask him, like, he knows exactly how many people are here, or giants, or what those people on the boat are all about.
That's a good thought.
Okay.
I buy that.
You guys head back inside, back up the stairs once again. And Nilron is not present.
Oh, boys.
Oh, shicey fuck.
You do see the door that you had previously exited from is still agape.
Tally, sneak check it out.
Well, I think maybe he got out that way. Perhaps we didn't close it. Maybe the implication there.
Tally could freely go peek into the next room, and he will notice that the door into the Jarl's chambers that he cracked open is now open, and standing in the doorway is a frost giant, seemingly coming to investigate. Nilron sold you boys out when you walked back out.
Oh, Wells. I guess we're going to get to kill these and search the rooms.
Yeah.
And with that, let's roll for initiative. I do need to fix one thing, because I was planning on that being 2 separate encounters, but that's okay.
Oh, if you need a second, I have to pee.
No. I mean, you can be. Roll initiative before you go, you fuck.
I'll do you in better. There's tallies.
I got a 16.
Let's go.
16, thank you, sir. Give me 1 second to add him to their Kumbut. Woo, boys. I'll just, we're gonna have fun. Let me zoom my ass in. Did my music stop? Fuck you, this is the time I actually need it. Some of these dudes around. Dallas got a 16. Goldbrain got a 17.
Tally got
Brendan-
13. If you haven't already.
Brandon got a 5. Tally got a 13. You should all be at full hit points, by the way. I'm showing him as a...
Who? We
Oh.
can't.
And the frost giant opening the door is up first. Which is appropriate. What were you saying, Devin?
Let me see if I can long rest him. I don't know if I can.
Just, what's his full hit points?
I don't see the option. His full hit points are 57.
57. Okay. I will tell you what. I will mark it on his thing. Just help me remember. 57.
It's on his token, right?
Yeah. Oh, and you should be able to edit that. I think I fixed that to where you guys can.
I've got you.
All right. If somebody wouldn't mind to get some better battle music on, because this track seems to have dipped. So Tally goes to try to investigate further, and I will say that since you guys that you're actually closer to this area, you were proceeding in when he began to make his way into the next door. He is going to see you, and he is going to charge forward 5, 10, 50, or wait, are these 10-foot squares? These are 10-foot squares. So 10, 20, 30 feet. And he is going to take 2 swings at Tally as Tally was leading charge. I'll pop these 2. Oh, that was the wrong button. Ignore whatever pops up here. Bloop. First hit is an 11, which does not hit. Second one is a 25, which most certainly does. Tally takes 25 points of slashing damage as this giant lays into him. He is almost immediately bloodied. And with that, we round up to Goldbrand. What you got?
Goldman wants to rage. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute.
You good?
And he'll run up to the giant. He's going to use both of his attacks because it's bonus action rage.
Got you.
Can't
Do
light
it.
up yet, but he'll do what Goldbrand do. He didn't do good.
A 15 meets. So you got lucky there. Go ahead. What you got?
Let me see what I got. 8 damage total because I'm raging. Okay, no, that's all I can do. All right.
Ooh, all right. He almost laughs at you. That is a
meager hit.
yeah, you're not wrong. Davos, the Dawnbringer, guide us through this. What you doing?
It looks like I'm in the back there. These are 10-foot squares?
Yes, sir. And you can reposition a bit. This was sort of the formation you guys were in when we left off, so you can move a bit.
I cannot move with the current situation. But
Okay.
I would like to move and then do some Light of Lathander without hitting any of my compatriots.
That's totally cool. And I will even say, adjusting some things in the background here. Oh, but they're 10-foot squares. Well, Light of Lathander has been bumped up. Is it a 20-foot radius now? Is that right?
It says... I'm not sure.
I will
I
take
can't see it on D&D Beyond on the app.
You good? Give me 1 second and I'll pop it up. Chosen of Lathander, blah, 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 blah. No, it's still 15 feet. It just does more damage. Okay, so he has to make a save for that. Pretty sure that is a con save. Yep.
Yep, 15.
Their con's pretty solid. Ooh, but he rolled a 6. I don't think he can get out of that. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. So it does the 15 points of damage to him. It blinds him. And
it is only 6 points of damage.
Did you say? Oh, I'm sorry.
15 is the
I
con
was getting ahead of
save.
myself. Yeah. He is blinded, and you still have your action. What would you like to do?
Blade Knight of Erebor for a 21.
Roll with advantage.
Okay.
A 21 definitely hits.
And
Those.
that is a nat 20. 26.
Yeah, get it. All right, so roll damage with that, and make sure it doubles the dice.
Are you playing?
Yep.
Are you winning?
Are you winning, son?
It's,
Say I just blinded a motherfucker and stabbed him in the thigh.
That's 18 damage, and then I'm going to 3rd level Divine Smite.
Fuck, hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Yeah, we can fucking hear you.
I mistakenly told him that they heard it. Y'all heard him last time, and now he's hamming it up. Let's see,
part of
where's
fun.
freaking Divine Smite in this damn app? What is it, 3d8? I'll just roll 3d8.
That's cool. And you actually make that 4d8 because of Bane of the Blinded on your Light of Lathander. You get to deal an extra d8.
Alright, so it should have rolled 3 and then 1 separately. I'm showing
Yeah,
22.
so that's 22. So
That's it for my turn.
solid, dude. That's like 50 damage. Right the fuck on. Get it. Excellent. You watch as Davos steps forward. The amulet, again, erupts in light, blinding this giant who goes to shield his eyes. And as Davos does this, his sword is wreathed in this holy light, and he stabs through. We're going to say that as he raised his hands to try to block the light, you pierce the hand in a similar fashion as you did Caelithica back in Deadstone Cleft. And he pulls back immediately, blinded, swinging, trying to find where he is and find where you are. With that, unless you would like to do anything else, my dude. I think that's the extent.
Nope, that's it.
Cool. All right, the other giant is going to try to make their way in, not quite able to make it past their ally with their movement speed. He is going to grab a rock, and he's going to try to hurl it at you, Davos. And Frost Giants get to add a 9 to that. He got a 19, so that definitely hits. Okay, you got a couple of ones on that. Take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Davos.
A 19 hits Davos? I thought he was in the 20 plus club.
It's a 19 plus 9.
Oh.
A 19 is what
you
the die
rolled a-
rolled.
Yeah.
Um.
All right.
So yeah. Solid. That's all he can do for his turn. Talabundo. AKA Devin, I think.
Yeah, Tally's gonna do what Tally does. If there's Tally within his range, Tally, I think if he backs up, he's gonna get popped.
He is within the 10 feet range of that first one, yeah.
And he's not feeling good.
He could choose to disengage, but that's a bonus action.
The bonus action. He would still get to throw 2 daggers, though.
Mhm.
Well, then he will bonus action disengage. He'll move 10, 20, 30. I guess his goal is to try to move to the back corner of the room, but that's all he can move. Bonus action disengage, and then he'll take both of his attacks.
Did you move him?
I did.
Cool. Okay, I thought you could. All right, take both attacks. And I think he only gets the 2 attacks the first round of combat. After that, I think it's just 1 with the action.
With the Kaikru.
Yeah. Rolling.
It didn't roll, did it? Oh, this is weird.
26, that hits.
Oh,
21 hits, so that's 25 points of damage.
I get
He
sneak
is-
attack for the first one.
You do?
How many is that now? 2d6?
Yeah.
I don't know how to roll.
I will say he's still within that giant's range if you want to try to back him up 1 more square.
Doesn't really. Alright. There you go, sorry.
You're fine.
I was looking for sneak attack. I don't see it. Is it /R? 8.
8. Solid. So, Tally, after being cleaved with this axe, very deftly kicks back into the wall, and all along the way throws out the 2 knives. Again, 2 strikes in the chest, and the searing pain from the already blinded giant. He actually has advantage on those. Roll those 1 more time just to see if he gets a crit, and then we'll double the die on whichever one rolled.
Sorry, it doesn't move as fast
You
as I
good?
wanted
Nope,
to.
that's cool.
Okay.
You guys have officially pushed this one beyond the bloodied point. He's looking pretty rough.
He ran up on the squad.
Yeah. To be fair, like, I was thinking when you guys walked back past him, like, fuck, they're going to go out, start a fight with these guys in the lagoons, and then these guys are going to come down the stairs after them and put y'all in a tight spot. But no, y'all did good. Winterwolf A, which is the red dot boy over here, he could not quite get in. He is back here snapping at the door as well as the other Winterwolf. You guys have actually lucked out that you've sort of got them in a chokehold. And that's going to bring us to Nilron. Let me double check his spells.
Fuck that bastard.
I was just gonna say, you better
He
pick.
can,
I mean,
he can get bit.
interesting. Oh, interesting. He's going to. He's going to Misty. He's going to go 10, 20, 30, and then Misty Step into the room, just around the corner on the edge of that giant. That uses his.
Mistake.
I mean, to be fair, he saw 2 giants go in and thought, "Oh yeah, I'm good." And then he comes in and sees 1 giant in really rough shape, and he's like, "Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck." That was just his bonus action, so he still has an action. He's gonna fire off a 2nd level magic missile. Let me write down these spell slots.
Gross. Don't like it. Thanks.
1, and I think Misty Step's also a 2nd level.
I vote we kill him next.
He's gonna fire off a 2nd level, which means that it gets to add an extra D4. So 3.
Who's he throwing these at?
I think he's going to hit multiple targets. I only have 2 D4s right now. He's going to go for Goldbrand and Davos because he sees those 2 up. So you're each going to get 2. Goldbrand, you're raging.
Yep.
In your rage, instead of 7, you're going to take 3. Davos, instead of Oh no, you are going to take 6. I'm sorry. So Davos 6, 3 for Goldbrand. And that brings us to Bergine.
Fuck him
All
up, squad.
right.
Get him.
I unfortunately can't do much until I help Tally out, so I'm gonna get within touching range of him, and hit him with this.
Oh, yeah. 25 points to tally, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid. No, that's a great move. So that's your
That puts
action.
him back to max.
You still got a bonus action.
Yeah, I can't do anything with it, unfortunately, because I just cast a spell, and
Yeah.
pretty much all my bonus actions are spells. So.
I would say if you wanted, you could choose to do something different with your action and then use Healing Word, which is a bonus action. It doesn't heal as
Yeah.
much, but
Right.
it's kind of that sort of compromise of
Yeah.
action, bonus action economy. But if you want to stick with this, that's totally cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with this.
Cool.
Hopefully
All
nobody
right.
gets super fucked up by my next turn.
Yeah, you'll be fine. So
Yeah,
Tally
I think
is
you-
feeling better. We're back to Frost Giant B, who is still blinded. He's going to take 2 blind swings. We're going to say 1 at Davos, 1 at Goldbrand. This first one's for Goldbrand. A 3 and a 9 plus 9. An 18, which does hit you, doesn't it?
You said disadvantage.
That is disadvantage. You rolled a 2 and a 9. Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. Thank you. So that's an 11, which does not hit Goldbrand. God, keep me honest. All right. For Davos, that's a 5 plus 9, which is 14, which does not hit. Again, swinging wildly, trying to find purchase. Actually, it's funny because I like to imagine he's like going over your heads, like just doesn't even get like close to being a threat. And that brings us to Goldbrand.
Goldbrand's gonna do what he does and take both of his attacks on the giant. I guess these are at advantage because it's blind, or it just says disadvantage.
It is advantage.
It is advantage. Okay. And then he's gonna light up like a javelin. Light up and throw a javelin. Ooh. All right. Do both of those hit the first giant? Since I think they do. God. Finally.
Yep. Roll some damage.
So I rolled 8 and then 19 for the damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Duh. Okay, 8 and 19 together is 27.
Yeah. So, and then his javelin is gonna go at the fucking wizard.
Get
It's
him.
Fucking.
He's in that 25% territory. You guys have knocked him into the battered range.
Oh, that's his. Goldbrand makes a bunch of light and throws his starry javelin at the wizard. I don't know if an 11 hits.
And 11 does not. All right, the wizard?
Yeah.
No, he has a 12. Sorry, close.
Sad face.
Just narrowly miss him. Also, I changed the music. The volume's a little different if you guys need to adjust that. And that's going to bring us to Davos again. What you got, dog?
Green flame bladed up.
Get him.
That mean?
I'm gonna
It's a
turn
green
my
flame blade, dude. Come on, don't be a dumbass.
What's your name?
Alright, let's see. This is for the damage if I hit. That's going to be 8 damage. Let me do the attack.
Oh, with advantage because he's blinded.
Alright. 17 and a 14. So 17, does that hit?
17 does hit. So 8 damage
Alright.
for the flame plus...
Plus 9 damage. And then the flame, is there a guy within 5 feet of him?
There is. There's 2 guys. You could pick the other giant or the wizard.
What?
I will do the wizard.
And does he get that same 8 or does it... We'll say the same 8 for expediency's sake. Which does a pretty
Yeah, it
decent
does.
chunk to him. Awesome. Davos, again. Your target... Oh, roll an extra d8 because you hit a blinded target.
Well, it's a very holy thing of Davos. Gets extra damage.
Blinded
even though
by
they're
the
blind.
light. I mean, it's more of they're squinting into the light and he's just using it to his advantage. The light of the sun.
It's a
guys.
6 on D&D Beyond. Extra
Solid.
damage.
Thank you. By the way, that does not pop up for me because my D&D Beyond window is like this big. So,
Okay.
thank you for the
Yeah, I'll be
verbal
calling
communication.
them out.
He's in rough shape. This guy is fucked up. He does, at this point, his vision does return to him, and you see him sort of furrow his brow and steel himself as we go to the other frost giant, who now has enough movement speed to get by. 10, 20, 30, 40. He's going to pop up here by Goldbrand and Tally. He's going to make 2 swings. We'll say one at each of you. Yeah. First one to Tally. A 16 hits Tally, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm pretty
by
sure,
one.
yeah. Oh, that's 2 ones. So, fuck. Okay, only 15 damage to Tally this go round, which is going to put him at 42.
I got you.
Thank you, dude. Oh, you already did it. Thank you. You added the health back earlier, didn't you? I saw it and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to damage him earlier. Thank you. Okay. And with the other swing to Goldbrand. Oh, 13, which I don't think hits you.
I think that meets gold.
Meets?
Let me check. Nope.
Oh, I've got it here. Yeah, there you go. Sweetness. All right, so you're good there. That's gonna bring us to Talabundo. Just been slashed again.
Yeah. Tally's not happy. There's nowhere really to get away, so I guess he will bonus action Hunter's Mark. Is that
Which
how it
one?
works? The one in front of him that has the most health.
Cool.
But he's actually, I think he's gonna throw his knives at the one that's looking rough.
He only gets 1 this time.
That's okay. That's what You sure? I thought about. Yeah.
Well, he gets 2 the first round of combat, and then every turn after that, it's 1.
It's 1 and 2. 1 and 1 bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the nat 1 does not hit. Roll another 20 for me. Let's see if this is odd or even.
Oh, don't make me.
It's gonna be Goldbrand. Odd.
Don't make me
Odd.
do
Odd.
it. Yeah. Actually, Goldbrand gets an ability that does that. It is
7. We're not gonna use the 13 because psychic is the one thing that would pierce true. Instead, I'm gonna say you take the minimum damage, take 8 psychic damage, which does not get reduced. And Goldbrand, when this happens, once again the blade flies and you feel it hit your shoulder, and immediately you hear Telly, "Oops, sorry." But in that instant, your mind flashes, and you see a coastal town, snowy, a ship approaching, war horns, troops shuffling about, a Luxodon, an elephantine man covered in this thick, woolly fur, charging toward the beach. And in the distance, you see who you gather to be Jarl Storvald approaching this town. And you're back into the madness of battle.
Fucking hates us when you do that.
I love that because it's just so like, oh yeah, fuck, let's fuck with Devin some more. Okay. That's going to bring us to the Winter Wolf, I'm pretty sure, who now has room to get in. 5, 10, 20, or excuse me, 10, 20, 30. I think they have just enough to get. Let me double check their movement speed. Yeah, they have a speed of 50 feet, so they can't get to you. And thanks to pack tactics, they have advantage on this. Davos. Sorry, my dude, but you've got... He goes in to bite at you. Oh, that's not bad. 19? Does that meet, or does that pass? You're at a 19.
Yep, that 19 meets.
Okay, so you're gonna take 11 damage, and you have to make a strength save. A 16 passes, solid. So the wolf grabs you on your arm, and like literally pulls you back and like begins just shaking, thrashing, and you feel like you're going to be knocked off your feet, but you steady yourself just enough that are able to pull your arm away from the beast. With that, we go to Winter Wolf B, who I don't think is going to be able to get into anybody. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He moves behind this giant over here, but he is Oh, no. Okay, yeah, you're good. And with that, we'll go to Nilron, the motherfucker. He, seeing the situation, sees Tally is in rough shape. sees that Bergen is sort of the stalwart in front. That would hit the others too. Bergen, make a wisdom save for me. Oh, you lucky bastard. Nilron turns to you and he says, if you wouldn't mind, patch my friends up for me. And you feel the course of magic try to charm you and sway you, but you grit yourself and through the perseverance of hell manage to shake it off. He sneers a little bit in frustration, and I don't think he has a bonus action, so with that we're going to go to Bergin!
Alright. Yeah, let's see here. Bonus action. Let's do.
Can you stop having major epiphanies in the middle of battle? It's really upsetting.
I'm sorry, I hate it.
Spiritual weapon.
Solid.
Right at Nilrod.
Get him. Also, I like to think that that's what Goldbrain just did when he saw that. Fucks! He's no tears! Solid, alright. Guardian of Faith, Spiritual Mace. Pop him for the 7, that definitely hits. If you wouldn't mind, patch my friends up here. No. Gonna pop this right over here. Gonna change the color, because I did that last week, but forgot to save it. Forest green, as Devin says.
And,
Do you
uh,
have spirit guardians?
He
Is
does.
that the name
Or,
of
no,
this-
Guardian of Faith he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardian.
So you don't have spirit guardians? I don't know if that's what it's called. I might be confused.
No, there is something that I was reading when I was looking at the thing where it's optional, but I'm not. I gotta look at it again. I wouldn't know how to use it anyways, to be honest. It like makes it an extra like thing I actually have to like command in battle. So, but
That's
anyways,
not what I'm thinking of then. I'll get back to you.
Do you remember the name of the
I'll look
spell,
at
or?
it too. No, I'll pull it up here in a couple minutes.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah,
So that's your bonus action. You still have your action. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at him with the mace.
At Nilron?
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo. Roll for
Morgan's
it.
like, excuse me? Helm says no.
To be fair, he was picking you because you're the healer, but to try to make the cleric make a wisdom save is just not a good call in general. Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, of all things.
24. Solid. For 13 damage, Nilron looks fucked up. He's beyond bloodied. He was gonna patch my friends up. Whoop, whoop, and just immediately has been sort of knocked back on his ass. And looking quite stunned. He expected some fucking petty adventurers to be coming through, not those sent by actual gods. With that, Frost Giant B, who is pretty fucked up, but is also trying to do his best to stay steady. His vision returning to him once more, frustrated with Davos and Goldbrain for wailing on him. He's going to make a strike at each of you. Davos, +9. 17 does not pass. Goldbrand, 8 + 9 is 17 again. So I'm afraid that you do get whopped for 22 slashing damage. And it is your turn.
Slashing damage?
You are correct, yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, Goldbrand's gonna keep doing what he do. I hope. Oh man. I hope he can get 2 kills, but we'll find out. He's gonna take both of his attacks on the giant, and he's gonna throw his javelin at the wizard, unless either
Throw
of you have
throw
any
one
effect.
attack first. Well, I guess you can roll both, but
Press.
that does not hit.
Better.
That does.
14 damage.
That is. You needed 11, so Goldbrand, you go and you go for the first swing, and the giant sort of lumbers back, but you take your momentum and bring it around and slash him again across the chest, and he stumbles back into the corner and expires. Which bonus action?
No, I don't think it hits no round. You said.
No, you needed a 12. Sorry, dude.
Missed him again.
All right, that brings us to Davos.
Kill that bastards.
Fuck him up. Best friend won't.
Is that a winter wolf right next to me?
It is, yeah. It just came up and tried to pull you off your feet. but you stayed steady.
All right. Come on, Dad's blade. Fuck yeah, I know that hits.
The Sword of Father's Day. Yeah, get it. Roll some
And
damage.
here's the damage, and I'm going to be Divine Smiting.
11.
Gets bit by a werewolf, immediately smites. No.
Bad dog, bad dog.
Another 3d8, so that's second level.
Yeah. So 11.
Alright, so
plus-
additional damage. 10 is 21. And then I have a feature as my channel divinity. Whenever I Divine Smite, I can use my channel divinity to do 2d8 plus 3 healing to creatures within my choice. It says as long as they're within 30 feet.
Which I think everyone in the party is within 30 right now, yeah. Hallie's on the brink of that.
2d8. That's going to be 12 total.
Okay.
Tally's bad, you said?
He's the worst, I think, right now.
I don't.
He's at 42. I don't know what everyone else is at.
Jesus. Alright, well then I'm going to give myself all 12 of those to bring me up to 40.
Get him. Oh, okay. No, yeah, you did beat that. All right, solid.
And that's my bonus action. That's it.
Sweet. All right. Frost Giant A, seeing his compatriot goes down, bellows furiously, and he's going to take one at Tally, one at Bergen. For Bergen, oh, that's not going to hit. 16, which does not hit a Bergen, and Tally, 14, which I think meets.
Does not hit it. It's 15 for Tally.
Oh, is it 15 now?
That's what it says on his character sheet.
I have down 14. I made this last week. I'm trying to think of what made him go up. Huh. Oh, maybe that was before I put his armor back on. Okay. I'll look back at that. Oh, no! It's 15 without armor. He is a rare exception because his dex is so high, and his armor limits his dex bonus. He has a higher AC without armor than with it. We're going to say he's not wearing it. 15 does not hit! All right. And that brings us to Talipand. Naked in battle, apparently.
He's gonna do what he.
Get him.
Did you have to make these at disadvantage to hit this giant because he throws them?
He has a melee option. It's a minus. It's one less to hit and one less to damage, but you don't have to roll at disadvantage because he gets a bonus from his thrown weapon.
Is it his short sword? I see.
No, it should say Kai Karim melee. I think.
I don't see that. I'm just gonna roll short swords. It's one less in both, like you said.
Go ahead, friend.
17.
17 hits.
Does that first one get sneak attack?
Yeah, because you're within 5 feet. I'm trying to think. Oh, it rolled a 1 and a 2. I was about to say that 3 looks really low for him.
Gross.
It rolled the same amount of damage. Perfect. Because it did it on your first roll, the sneak attack.
Oh,
so,
not bad.
So that's 8 damage to him. Who still looks fairly fresh. That's the first hit he's taken. He does have Hunter's Mark, so roll Hunter's Mark damage.
I believe that's a 1d4.
And then you have bonus action. Unless that was an action bonus action.
That was a bonus. That was indeed.
Cool. All right. Does he want to try to move?
No, I don't. He used his bonus action to attack, so he can't disengage.
Winterwolf A is going to strike again at Davos. He's not within 5 feet of an ally. He rolled a nat 1. Roll again. That's even. So he goes in to try to bite you again, Davos, but you, quick on your feet for a bard, you sidestep and are able to just narrowly dodge out of the way. And the wolf kind of crumbles, crashes a bit down. And we're going to say that it's prone for shits and giggles on that one. And with that, Winterwolf B, who sees an opening 10, 20, 30, is going to rush up on Goldbrand. It is now 5 feet within an ally because they take up 2 by 2. So he's going to get advantage on Goldbrand. 13 plus 6 is 19. So that's 11 piercing damage, and make a strength check.
A check, you say?
Or save, excuse me. Have to beat a 14. Oh.
Ouch.
I'm trying to decide to fuck with you at that or not, but I don't think I am. So you are knocked prone. He does knock you on your ass. Goldbrand, you just took down this giant. You were about to wet nipple, and the dog just tackles you. And with that, we go to the mage Nilron, who is in pretty rough shape. He's actually going to 10, 20, 30. He creeps into the room behind him, and he throws forward a spell. Cone of Cold. That's very gross. It's a 5th level spell.
Don't forget before you tally the damage for this, boys, that we have cold.
You have cold resistance. Yeah, he doesn't know that though. So I need. Hang on. Yeah, I need everyone in that room to make a con save, including his allies.
Who I'm sure are also resistant to cold. What a useless. Wow. Good. Not Black Mage of the Week. Thanks.
Oh, the Winterwolf has cold immunity.
That's cute.
Pretty
As
sure I
does
failed
the
mine with a
Frost
5.
Giant. Ooh, a 5 fails. Both of those fail. Is that second one for Tally?
No, it's because it's a save. The first one I rolled
we're gonna,
was not a save.
Devin, we're gonna go with that first roll. Roll for Tally. So, Bergen, Goldbrand, pass.
I got you.
I think I have some inspiration. Can I re-roll?
You certainly can. Yeah, fucking do it, dude.
I'm gonna check. I do not. Good. Means I keep it spent.
And I rolled a 19.
Much better. So you pass. So, oh man, I almost hate to do this to you, dudes. Those who failed, which is just Tally. Tally takes 39 points of cold damage. Or no, halved to 19. 19 points of cold damage for Tally. The rest of you only take 9. You got out of that pretty fucking lucky, you.
Wow.
You watch as Nilron sneers a bit and a smile curls across his face as he pulls back. And he thrusts his hands forward, and it's like a blizzard erupts from his palms. Ice begins forming on the floors, snow pouring out, hail, sleet, icicles that stab into you, and it fills this entire room with this swirling blizzard. And he is shocked at how ineffective it is. You guys take a couple of hits, but seem relatively unfazed, stealing yourselves beneath your Yeti cloaks, and Goldbrand just taking it like to the chest like a badass, like excellent. All right, I thought that would kill someone. Good job. All right, Bergen. That's also his highest level spell, so he's a little pissed.
I don't know if I have to move or not for it, but I'm gonna touch all up on Tally again. And let's see here.
Consent, please.
Of course.
Are you Henry Crabgrass?
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know if anyone got that, but
Damn, you dish it out.
Yeah.
And then
Pick it back
bonus
up.
action, the mace is gonna smack on the wolf that got Goldbrand earlier.
get it. Roll for it.
I appreciate the help.
Oh right, yeah, I gotta roll on that. Let's see.
It's currently on the top of me, more or less.
7
Just-
damage.
yeah.
Solid. All right. That's gonna bring us to Goldbrand.
So I'm prone, but I'm not grappled or anything. I can stand up. It's not stopping.
You are prone. Yeah, half your movement. Yeah.
Yep. I will do so. I'll get up and I will get up and try to beat its ass.
I will say this: the one right in front of Davos is also prone, so you would have advantage to hit it, for what it's worth.
I'll do it. I'm about it.
Pop, pop.
That's the first at advantage.
We can count that for 1 and 2. Both of those hit. Go ahead. 13 and
So that's 27 total because it's +4 for both the rages.
thank you.
Can he see the fucking mage?
Yes,
Can I throw a javelin at him?
you may. That hits. Roll damage.
Finally.
You pop him, and as this bolt of starlight shoots back through the blizzard at him. I like to think that he's still casting as you just like pierce him, and it just like fizzles out, and he looks down, and he is really rough. He is in critical condition. His eyes are wide with fear, and you begin to watch as he's looking around, trying to decide where to flee to. As we go to Davos, Davos, the wolf in front of you is prone, so you have advantage on it. There's also the other wolf, the giant, and the mage. Sorry, I don't know how much you can see.
The mage?
Yes, sir.
I'm just looking real quick to see if I can hit him with any of my bonus actions.
Trying to think of what you have range. I know you have guiding bolts.
Is vicious
Fine
Mockery
favor.
bonus action?
Oh, I can hit him with the with an action. I was just maybe as
Trying
a
to see a bonus action. Yeah. Sometimes spells don't pop up under your bonus actions tab. I don't know why. I don't know what you have.
I have it where I can see what it takes, and all of them are one action
Cool.
except for my healing, essentially.
Yeah.
But I don't want them getting away. All right, first level guided bolt.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's 4d6 possible
Roll.
damage. 10 does not hit.
Oh, a 10 to hit does not. I'm sorry, my dude. Yeah, and you wouldn't have advantage or anything for this one. So, guiding bolt goes wide. What do you do with your bonus?
I can't do anything. All right.
Okay.
I'm looking at the map. That's him right there past the doorway.
Correct. Yes, sir. You could do Bardic Inspiration. That wouldn't hit him, but to use your bonus action. I'm trying to think of anything else you might have that's a BA.
No.
Okay. Alright, in that case... Whoops, no, I don't know where you went from. Frost Giant A. He's going to go for 2 more swings. He's been doing Tally and Bergen, so I think he's going to do those 2 again. Tally, oh, that's a 2, so an 11, doesn't hit Tally. And Bergen, that's a 19 plus 9, so that definitely hits. Bergen, take 22 points of slashing damage. And that brings us to Talibant.
Well, Tally's gonna do what Tally does. So, well, I guess he will go ahead and bonus action disengage again.
Okay.
And move back to this corner of the room so he can throw his Kairims. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but we might as well move him around. He can only do 1 this turn, right? Because he bonus
Correct,
action
yeah.
disengage. That gets sneak attack.
Who are you targeting?
The giant.
Who are you targeting?
The giant.
Who are you targeting?
The wolf. I don't know. The wolf.
Okay. I'm saying you could hit the mage if you would like to.
Oh,
I'm trying to... Yeah, I'm trying to drop a hit.
I'm sorry, it just didn't even occur to me that he would see him. No, yeah.
No, it does show that
If he
door,
sees
but the
everyone
door's
trying to kill
open.
him,
Yeah.
yeah. If he sees everyone trying to kill him, yeah, sure.
Get him.
He-
Caliban throws a knife through the doorway, and the mage Nilron turns to try to get away, and as he turns his head, just in the ear and immediately out the other side of his head, just blood gushes. Beautiful. And that brings us...
We die, it will have been worth it.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah, that brings us to the Winter Wolves. Wolf A uses half its movement to get up. It is within 5 feet, so it's going to make an attack with advantage on Davos. But Davos is armored like a tank. But I think a 20 does hit you. Yeah. Take 11 damage, Davos, and make a strength save for me. While he's doing that, Goldbrand, you also take 11 damage and have to make a... Or, excuse me, 5 damage and make a strength save.
You said that was 11 damage?
Yes, sir.
Alright, 11 damage. Here comes the strength. Come on. Oh, that ain't good. Nat 1.
Oh, I have
Ooh.
advantage on strength saving throws.
Give one to Davos. No, so Davos, you are knocked prone. by this as it shakes you. You don't take any additional damage. Goldbrand, you were fine. With that, the mage is dead. So Bergen, what you got?
Bonus action. Shit. Bonus action. Mace is gonna swing on the giant,
Yeah.
Cool.
and then action. Mm, I'm going to I'm gonna read cure wound, healing word rather.
Cool. Well, healing word's a
yeah.
bonus action. You used your bonus action to use the mace. Oh, buddy. But you
Let me
could
see.
instead use your bonus action for that, and then use your normal mace to do a ranged attack or a physical attack if you would like.
Yeah, since I haven't rolled for the mace yet, I'm going to actually shoot at the giant, and then
Pop
I
him.
will, healing word, Davos. So
Solid,
use
solid.
Healing word.
Gets tackled by a dog. Bergen immediately. Zap.
16 points to Sir Davos.
Uh,
Probably feels pretty good, actually.
So,
Oh, excellent.
and
8 damage. This one's still looking fairly fresh. It's barely scuffed. Goldbrand, what you got?
is the wolf that just tackled Davos prone?
No. Davos is
Okay.
prone. The wolf is not. It stood back up.
Does it look worse than the one in front of Goldbrand?
I'm pretty sure, but I will double check. Yes, it does. The one in front of you still looks fairly good. That one's bloodied. The red one.
I'll try and hit the red one. Just, tackle my friend. Here's my first 2 attacks.
Both hit.
10 total, 13 total.
So 23. Oh,
And he-
it's in critical shape.
You're on your own now, Davos. I could throw a thing, but it would be at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's the corner of its square is technically touching you.
Yeah.
But unless you have something else for your bonus action, why the fuck not?
I do not. A 10. Gross.
10 does not. Alright, that brings us to Davos. The one in front of you is looking real fucked up. The one in front of Devin doesn't look too bad. And the giant still looks really fresh. So fresh and so clean.
To get up is a bonus action.
It's half your movement. So doesn't really, yeah.
All right, I get up. Let's see. So the wolves are next to each other within
Yes,
5
sir.
feet.
Yeah. Green flame blade.
No, I'm green flaming it.
Oh god.
All right. That is going to be an additional 4 damage if this hits to the one that knocked me down. 17.
That does hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah. So 8 damage plus 4, 12.
Roll
But
your.
I'm also. Go ahead.
I was gonna say roll your other green flame blade damage.
Or Davos.
I think it's still 4 damage to the other wolf.
What a fuck face.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mistake by telling him my character name.
So it's funny because the 4 damage is enough to finish it. The wolf is at 4 points. So we're gonna say, this wolf is literally on top of you. You're holding your sword, and it ignites in this green flame that sears the bottom of the wolf as it tries to thrash away and collapses on the ground. And then as you stand, you make your attack and your bonus damage onto this one. So that one's going to take 12 damage from Davos, and the other one is down. That brings us to... I'm sorry, do you have anything else you would like to do?
Yes. Bonus action, defensive flourish. Which I
Ooh,
get
solid.
to add 1d8 of damage to... Wow, 1 damage, okay. Extra to
AC?
The surviving wolf and my AC, yes. 1 damage more to him, 1 more AC until my next turn.
Which puts you up to a 20. I mean, that's solid.
Could have been a freaking 27.
The frost giant sees one wolf down, the mage down, the other giant down. Begins to look anxious. He's going to take 2 swings, one on Bergen, one on Davos, or excuse me, Goldbrand. Goldbrand, you're the shiny one. Shiny one got a nat 1, so I'm going to roll. It's odd. He hits his wolf. And does 22, is that right? Yeah, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Solid chunk of damage. The wolf is now bloodied. And the attack that was going for Bergen missed. He's actually going to try to walk away, so both of you get an opportunity attack. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He's sort of backing up into the doorway.
Was that me and Goldberg?
No, Bergen and Goldbrand, sorry. That definitely hits
Good there.
for 10 damage.
I don't think that hits.
That does, yeah, it's a 15 AC.
10 damage total.
He's, whoops, that didn't take. There we go. He's still looking pretty decent. He's not yet bloodied. You guys sort of focused on that first one that came in. That brings us to Taliband.
Tally's gonna Kaikur on that giant.
Get him.
Actions. So, can I be using this longbow he has?
Technically,
Say no.
so when Galvin came, he gave Tally something, and I was gonna wait till Tally was here to narrate it. Basically, Galvin produced one of those arrows, one of the psionic arrows that he makes, this sort of glowing green energy, and he tells Tally that that Verdi Zelen, Galvin's patron, has a gift for him, and he pierces it into his arm, and Tally now has some telekinetic abilities like Galvin does, and also can make psionic arrows. So he could use that if you would prefer.
Well, maybe next time, we'll see.
That's it. I think Kai Karim still does the more damage-wise, but the longbow reaches a lot farther. So both of those hit for 24 damage. You get to add a hunter's mark to that.
There's sneak attack.
But you also get to add, yes sir.
Gross.
He's in critical territory now, so that pushed him over the edge.
That's what
Winterwolf
Tally
A is dead. Winterwolf B sees the situation going south. And he huffs. And he puffs. And he exhales a blast of freezing wind that hits Goldbrand, Bergen, 15 feet. Just the 2 of you, actually. Each of you make a dex save. Ooh, that meets Bergen. You are lucky as shit. Goldbrand, you're less lucky.
Blasts.
What was that?
So I dodged 2 ice blasts.
Yeah. So Bergen, you still take half, but you have resistance.
Right.
So instead of 18, you're gonna take 4 damage. Goldbrand, you fail. You take 9.
Heard.
And with that, or wait, you're raging, aren't you?
I'm assuming my resistances don't stack.
No. No, not for this. But you're raging, so that 9 is actually half to 5. So you lucked out. And with that, we go to Bergen. What you got?
Right. Did you say this giant's trying to make a run for it?
Yeah, he's beginning to back out of the room. You don't know if he's going for reinforcements, if he's trying to, make an escape or grab something in the chamber. But he is making his way out.
I'm going to take a step over the hill, and then I'm going to attempt to command him to grovel in this corner.
Time out!
What?
Says
Yes.
what's the save he has to make on that? The wisdom
Oh,
save?
shit. Yeah.
15, it says in the chat.
Explain.
Bergen, yeah.
15 wisdom. He gets to add a +1. He rolled a 16. I'm sorry. You point and command him to grovel, and you watch as he begins to take a step forward, but shakes his head, and the others must know, and proceeds to continue about what he was doing.
Bonus action mace.
To him or to the wolf?
To him.
Get it?
Let's see. I think that was the third one I cast. Chua.
Solid. 12 force damage. Pings him pretty good. Alright, and that was your action bonus action, so that brings us to Golbrand.
So many decisions. The wolf in front of me, the giant. I guess I can throw with the giant now with a disadvantage, so I guess I'll try to take care of the wolves.
Check, both hit. 10 plus 18 is 28. The wolf is in critical condition. It is fucked up.
Damn. Well, the bonus action will be going at the giant.
That does not hit the giant, but it meets the wolf, and I am a merciful DM, so please, roll some damage.
I stab it.
Yeah, that's
with
just
a
enough.
spear.
You again, it's javelins, not arrows. That's right, because it's the archer constellation is what I'm thinking of. But
I just bows are weird. Bows and barbarians just don't click with me for some reason.
So you pull from the wrist and pull back the javelin and you throw it, but this wolf is bear-sized, for lack of a better term. It is a big figure, and you just make it a little too low to hit the giant, but it does pierce in the hind of the wolf, and the wolf howls out in pain as it crumples to the ground. And that brings us to Golbrand. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, Davos.
I was like, wait, what?
2 turns for Golbrand.
Alright, Guiding Bolt at 3rd level to the
Fuck
giant.
yeah.
Come on, 17.
That hits. Yes, sir.
Hells yes.
10-10,
Alright,
roll some
here's
damage.
the damage. Oh, come on. Fucking 3 1s, 17.
15 damage.
That does kind of suck, but 17's not bad. And the advantage is the important thing here, so don't even worry about it, dude. He is beneath that battered threshold. He is in the 25% territory. And action?
We'll just move closer to us, is all. If someone could do that for me.
Move closer to him?
Yeah, 30 foot.
Okay.
The giant, because he's
yeah,
the last one, right?
You can only make about 10 feet forward because he's kind of blocking the doorway. But you're within striking range of him. You have a bonus action for anything you might want to do with that.
You know what? Light of the Thunder.
Yeah, blind that
I should have
bitch.
done that first, but I didn't think I was close enough.
You know what? We'll retcon some shit. Go ahead and blind him.
Alright,
Wait,
let's see where
Oh, wait, he has to make a save. That's right. Oh, that fell off the table. Oh, I think he passed that one.
So
Yeah.
should be at 15 on con, yeah.
Yeah, he made an 18
But-
plus 2.
He should still take
Goblin.
9 points of damage.
9, solid.
Well, I guess, is it halved on a save?
If he
Or just not
passes, it's
blinded?
halved, yeah. Oh, now that you mention it, I'm
I
not
thought it
sure.
was just not blinded. Once again, I can't see.
Forcing each creature to... Enemies take half as much on a successful check and are not blinded.
Okay.
The light is considered
Alright.
sunlight. Alright, Oh, friendly reminder, you have your finesse training. If he hits you, you can hit him back as a reaction. So, excellent. Do a good chunk of damage to him. It is now his turn. Ooh. To run or to swing?
I should have moved closer to him so that I could smack him if he ran.
You can retcon that, because that was at the end of your turn where you killed the wolf. Golbrand stabs the wolf and walks up on him. I like that because I didn't want to throw 2 swings at Davos, but I feel like that's what the giant would do. So, all right. 1 to Davos, 1 to Golbrand. Let's see what he's got. Ooh. I think those both hit. A 17 to Golbrand and a 21 to Davos. Both of those hit. Both of you take 22. Golbrand halves to 11.
It's 11, yeah.
And then you each get to make a opportunity attack at advantage, I guess, because he has a guiding bolt on him. Yeah, we'll say advantage. Both of you roll a swing for that.
I'm guessing 14 does not hit.
14 just misses. That's with advantage?
That is with the advantage.
Damn, okay.
11
Golbrand
slash damage.
carves out a little bit. Oh, thank you. 11, yeah. Golbrand carves out a little more, and he is in critical territory. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. he begins to make his way into the chamber as we go to Talaband.
These are 10-foot squares?
Yes, sir. He could get where he could see him, I think. 10, 20... We'll say here, because you're not quite in that square, Goldbrand, but I imagine you're... Whoops. That's not the button I meant to do.
Because the door's open, you can see him there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I should have had him barricade you guys in. That hits. You watch as the giant turns and begins to barrel through the room, and you watch as he begins to cry out, "Intrude!" 2 knives to the back of the head. And you just see, it's almost like PG-13-ish anime. Like, you don't see the actual wound, you just see the blood splatter. And the giant goes down and collapses.
I like to think when Tally's moving, like, to do that, the whole group at this point is just looking at Tally. Like, when the last thing starts to run, we're all just like...
You've got the range here, dude.
As he walks into position and just plop, plop.
Does what he do. It's funny. That was exactly the amount of damage you needed, so that worked out perfectly.
I would have got sneak attack and Hunter's Mark too, so I wasn't...
Yeah. So good. You knocked him down. It is exactly 10:30. Let's go ahead and take a break. Meet back in 5 to 10.
Look at my bone. Look at it.
One thing before you guys go. My wife's a freak, and our dog had to have surgery and have its hip bone removed, and they asked my wife if she wanted it.
And
so,
of course I said yes.
Because she's crazy.
That's crazy.
They're telling you you're crazy.
I don't care.
So yeah, it's been drying for like a week, so this is the first time we've got a good look at it.
I'm gonna do another round of bleach because you can still see where like his.
You know, she don't eat meat, but she sure likes the bone.
She fucks up meat. Don't let her fool you. She goes to town on some goddamn cheeseburgers. Let me tell you.
I'm very excited about this. I've been waiting outside the store for like 5 minutes, listening to your game for you to break, so I can come show you the bone. I'm very happy.
Bone.
Oh,
All right, dude. See y'all in a second. But congrats, dudes, y'all. I was a little worried adding the mage to that fight. I'm like, fuck, that's gonna make this pretty intense. But y'all took him down.
Yeah.
Only
was like, no.
Yeah. I'd say got me critical a couple of times, but I think y'all did pretty good.
Have you know Goldbrand's only bloodied?
Yeah.
I
find it
blooded.
I find it funny that they give Nilron a lot of ice-based spells, I guess because of his location. But I was like, fools.
Someone, I guess, needs to stick their head in that room and see if there's anything left in there that can fuck us up. If not, it's time to pillage.
I'll say while we're waiting for Devos, you can have Tally make a perception check. You could also do any patching up you guys need to do, drinking potions.
Can we take a short rest? Because I kind of need that. And
I would check the room first, but you could.
Oh,
Yeah, I vote short rest.
vote for short rest. So we'll do that after we check that room. Maybe short rest in that room. Kali, get out of the screen. I can't see.
What is that 1G?
Kali, move.
She won't.
No, she won't. I have to move my fucking thing instead. Is it a perception check?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you work the way you're supposed
24. There we go. All right.
to?
Gonna
Stop.
do one more check for Davos before we proceed in. Nope. Okay. I described. Oh, he is here. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, his boss must be there. Oh, I see. Okay. Dragging these nuts across your face. Let's see. What did you guys see already? You see the 7 dragon eggs. You see that they are covered in like a thin layer of ice. You see an ivory drinking horn on this table here that looks to be made from the tusk of a mammoth. It is huge, but it's very ornately carved and very beautiful. You gather you could fetch a nice price for it. You also see that there's a couple of crates in the room that might have stuff in them. But the most important thing that you see is sitting on the Jarl's throne as Devin walks away. Fuck you, dude. He does that. Hey, what's over there? Okay, I'm gonna leave. Did you get that, Devin?
Sorry, I had to stop my dog from eating a popsicle stick.
What's... Okay.
Get bent.
I'll allow it. Get bent, it. Sitting on the Jarl's throne is a blue conch that you recognize as another conch of teleportation. You can actually see it on your map here. I worked really hard on it because I forgot that it wasn't on his person, so I'm like, I need to have a token for it. So you're welcome.
I saw it earlier while we were scouting around, and I was dying on the inside. I was like,
To be fair, Tally could have seen it if he rolled a little higher, but he needed to break a 20 to see it before the battle, because it's on the far side of the room behind a bunch of shit. But the room is empty, no hostiles. You guys can take a short rest, roll however many number of hit die you need.
we grabbed that shell.
You can grab that shell. You can
Yeah,
take the
I
rest
think
in
last
that
time we
room if you
grabbed
choose
before
to.
we go. I mean, I like to think we go in there, we secure it, and then we rest. Maybe
Cool,
near the
cool.
dragon eggs for inspection.
Cool. And
Unless
since
anyone is
that's
opposed.
this stuff is light activity, so you guys could choose to do that.
Dogs, man.
I haven't updated your bag in a while, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. One conch of teleportation.
Brr.
Alright. How does Tally look? Because he needs to get short rested too.
I think he's at 48 now. If that's still accurate. So he only needs like another 9 points.
He can just roll 1 hit dice. Goldbrand's gonna roll 1 barbarian hit dice. Did that roll?
I didn't see anything over here.
I
Unless
see it now. It's 9 total
For Tally or for you?
for me.
I'll roll tallies real quick. Short rest. 1 hit die. His ranger hit die are bigger. 4, he's going to roll 2 of those. And that gets him close enough to full. My money don't wiggle. It folds. I like to... Oh no. Jiggle, excuse me.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Bergen, Davos, you boys also get to patch yourselves up if you would so like to do.
I know I hit the short rest button, but it did not
Yeah,
roll the
mine's
dice.
being funky too.
Because you're a multi-class, you have to select what type of dice you want. Because it's a D10, I think, for paladins, and a D8 for bards.
I did 3 paladin dice and 3 bard dice, but it did not roll them.
Yeah, he's right. It doesn't actually roll the dice for you. You must have to hit that button first.
Well, here, let me do a little something for you. You said 3 paladin dice, which is 3d10. So 13 plus your con modifier 3 times.
Yes, plus, so with 3 dice would be plus 6.
So that's 19 hit points back. Do you still want to roll your 3 bard dice?
Yes, and actually make it 5. It's going to be 5d8 and then plus 2.
Plus 2 per, so that's 22 plus 10, 32 more, which should put you at full.
32 plus, what was the other one?
Oh,
Or is that total?
no, fuck. 32 plus 19, which altogether is 51.
It's 19?
Yeah, because it was 3 plus 3 times, yeah. Or plus 13
Okay.
plus 6.
Yeah, good thing I did all the dice. Alright, now I'm back max.
Cool. Yeah, man, you
Let
must
me
have been
make
pretty
sure
fucked up.
I was down to 14 out of 62.
Ooh, damn, boy. All right.
Trying
Yeah.
to see.
Bergen,
I'll
how do you look after that hit dice?
Not too bad. Every time I heal everybody else, like I
Yeah,
get some effect too, so it keeps up with it along the way.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm almost back to max. I'm a little bit shy, but Goldbrand's feeling better.
Okay. You guys have rested. What would you like to do now in the chamber?
So, do we want to try to take one of these eggs with us or not? Or at least makes plans to come steal ones?
I'm sure Clyde would tickle his fancy.
Yeah, it could be worth a lot of money.
You
Although,
gather
I guess
it would be difficult to get them out. The
To
plus,
carry, that's what
the
I
plus here is if you can secure the area, there is an open balcony. You can get the airship right up here and have the crew help load them up. There would be some checks involved to make sure you don't drop them because, like I said, they are covered in like an ice slick. And anyone who wants to can make either a nature or an arcana check. Yeah. Nature or arcana.
Chris.
Just a box of bones. That's one big fucking chicken, says Goldbrand. Bergen, actually roll with advantage. Because I think there's something you might have for this.
Ooh.
Yeah! Bergen, you've heard stories of white dragons freezing their clutch of eggs to preserve them. They are not creatures of warmth. They do not nest on their brood to provide it with warmth. They chill them. Because as the cold blood of a white dragon, this is optimal for raising their young. And you gather that it is likely a white dragon that has laid these. What makes you more concerned is where that dragon is now. Because these eggs have not hatched. Even in this frozen state, at some point they would be born. So these have not been here for a terribly long time. You don't know how long necessarily they need to gestate for, but you know that there is likely an angry mother white dragon around somewhere, either here or somewhere within the Sea of Moving Ice.
Oy vey. I tell everybody else.
Oh shit.
Would you guys like to get the ivory drinking horn or check out any of the boxes?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we probably want to get the drinking horn for sure because that's easy loot. But,
Yeah,
how do y'all feel about the
it's
boxes?
long, but it's narrow enough to where you can sort of curve feed it into the bag of holding. That's worth 750 gold pieces.
Dang.
I'm gonna look for the boxes. I don't know if they're. It's just I don't. I'm scared. I feel like it's what
Do we have
Goldbrand do though. He is a
secret
barbarian, so. Oh.
What was that?
He wouldn't. He asked if we had serious with us.
You do, technically. He does not seem particularly interested in the boxes. He is interested in the conch.
Same.
He also sniffs at Nilron's corpse.
Oh.
Guys didn't loot anything.
When do you guys want to search his corpse and Goldbrand will open the boxes?
I'll say you don't even have to. For the box, you just pop open, and you find Scrimshaw. As the word of the day, can anybody tell me what Scrimshaw is? Because I didn't know this. I had to Google it.
Isn't that the prison that Andy Dufresne was in?
Shut the fuck up. That's Shawshank. I know you're just being a bard, but...
Is it the
the
bone of the trout?
The bone of the trout?
I thought it was some kind of bone.
You're right. I'm impressed. Yeah.
I don't know if this is the knucklehead trout thing, like in Icewind Dale, or if this is like a real world thing. I can't remember.
It is a real world thing. Scrimshaw is bone and ivory that has been carved, similar to how this ivory drinking horn. Now, this drinking horn's a mammoth tusk. It's huge, but there are 100 small pieces of Scrimshaw in here, and they sell for 10 gold each. They're small enough to where you can fit them in your bag, plus 100x. Scrimshaw pieces? I don't think you say Scrimshaws.
Scrimshire.
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 Scrimgo Baggins. Alright, so that's all you find from the crate. You've got the drinking horn. Somebody roll for searching Nilron. And actually need to back up to a different room.
Investigation?
You can do... Yeah, investigation would be perfect, actually. That's probably what I should have used.
18.
18 is solid. Okay, you find quite a few things. You find a wand of fireballs.
Ooh. That's what he's pointing at us when we walked in the first time?
He was going to use it, but with you guys packed in there, he didn't want to damage his allies in the process, but he knew the cold damage they wouldn't be affected by, or would be TBH, I didn't know. I thought they would just have resistance. I didn't know they were immune. He has something else on him. He has a scroll of sending, which Tally will recognize from the scroll that Rond gave him way back when. He also has a spell book, which I don't think is useful to any of you, but you could take it and perhaps sell it for something. I'll say 100 gold. It's got the...
Don't know how many wizards we know that would even want it.
Oh, Daphne is technically a wizard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or maybe
Oh.
Sophie.
She could, yeah. I don't know if Safine would. She might laugh at it. She blipped the other day.
Yeah. I don't think you know what class she is, but you've never seen her do anything like that. Now, Daphne, you've seen work with Valium and you know, it's the same thing she uses to make spell scrolls. You've seen her copying spells. She could probably make something of use of this. She could perhaps even turn some of the spells into spell scrolls. I'm gonna put mage in commas in parentheses because that's what it has. It has mage spells prepared in it.
Wizard spells?
Well, mage is the stat block that Nilron has, so it gives me a list of spells on the stat block. All right, I think that's all you find off of him. Excellent, excellent. Oh. You've got the ladder upstairs. You've got the alleyway through the back. You've got the Goldbrand. I imagine you share your flash of prescience.
I was just about to say, Goldbrand spits out what he saw and asks if that's familiar to any of you, because I have no fucking ideas where that is. Flips the table, not flips the table, big table. But B's all frustrated. Sure.
I mean, well, you said it was just like an icy.
Yeah.
It looked like a village on the shore. He saw a ship approaching, a big ship with Jarl Storvold on it. He saw a Luxodon with shaggy hair charging toward the beach with other guards and men. He saw... fuck, I didn't prepare this one, so I think that's all I said. But it sounds familiar. To Bergen, anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna
okay.
say, like, this is definitely like my area. Oh,
Dude,
shitty.
Is there a towns on the coast here?
Several.
Here?
Not in the Sea of Moving Ice, but back on the mainland. And you saw, it wasn't all Luxodon. You saw humanoids, but the Luxodon was a standout figure. People were scrambling in preparation for the attack. You heard war horns.
I definitely know a Luxodon. I don't know if that's my Luxodon, but
Goldbrand would
describe him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is something me and Tally have never done. I kind of wanted this to be a surprise when you actually met him. So he's a Luxodon, but he's mammoth-based instead of elephant-based because you guys live up in the fucking north. So it's a shaggy, I think Talrun is his name. I've got it written in the Bremen section. But
Taldoon.
Taldoon, yeah. And you know...
Chewbacca.
He's got it too, I guess. Oh, that's pretty funny. It sounds like Luxodon are extremely rare. Like, they are not a common race in this realm by any means. They technically don't exist here, but, you know, we bend some things. So you would know him to be... You would know that to be a very, very much a tell that this is probably your town. And you could even, like, ask Goldbrand, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this? Point, like, talking about major landmarks in the city. And this would all click with Goldbrand. Like, yes, I did see temples like that. Or, oh, yes, I did see Noblitz goods. Yeah,
It's all the boats and the harbors, all the lakes.
Well, shit, dog. That makes me all nervous.
Oh, yeah. Now, you guys do have a way to check in on people from a distance.
Oh. Yeah. You knows this place that he is raiding? I have a theory as this could have been at that times, or perhaps if it is the future, very soon.
Shit. Well,
You could try to find more information out. You could... Oh, this wasn't intended for this. You do have a scroll of sending that you could try to send to a message. You specifically, Bergen, could try to send to someone in the village.
hmm. Well, shit. I don't know. Do we want to like bail on this place and check? Like, do I know exactly like how far that is from here?
Now, it's a little hard to say because you are in the Sea of Moving Ice. It's a little
Right.
difficult to get your bearings on where.
Somewhere
From
in
how
the
long
middle.
it took you to get there, you'd think maybe a few days flight, 2, 3, 4. It's a little hard to say.
I would hate to leave here in a crap shot to go
Mm.
check it out, see if that's what's really going down or will go down, and it not.
From my
Like,
points of views, we have what we came for.
true.
We have the items we came to get from him. So now all we have to do is find hymns.
Hmm.
If you know where this place is and we know he is going there or has been theirs, perhaps we can
Mhm.
intercept him or on the way there or the way back.
Sounds like my homeland, my hometown from the sounds of it, but maybe it's not. Uh, like I guess if we know without a doubt, shit. I
You-
guess the real question is, do we want to clean up here or do we want to like just go for it?
Tally will
Let's see.
say, well, we used the spell scroll in the past to try to reach out to Rond. It wasn't successful then. However, we are quite more proficient with magic now. You could try to contact there to see if this has occurred or is occurring. If nothing else, it would give them a heads up of impending attack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Snap over that spell scroll you just took off a corpse. Like a real bird.
I don't even think I could technically use the last one because my intelligence wasn't high enough.
Well, it was
Oh.
also there's a couple of factors that go into play there. You were level 3 or 4, 5 characters, and that wasn't a spell you could learn at the time. This is a spell that clerics have access to, and is a level 3 spell, which means you could cast it if you knew it. So you know it would be a lot easier to try now.
I gotcha. All right, I guess I give it a go, and I try to contact whoever I think would be there to pick up the phone, quote unquote.
Now this goes to
It goes-
whomever you want.
Yeah, you target a person. So you could
target a
pick
person.
your dad, you could pick your mentor, you could pick the Luxodon friend. You have some options.
I mean, would I know that they would actually be there? Because I like,
More likely than not, you know that your mentor was dispatched by the Order of the Gauntlet as a protective force in the town to protect the temple and the citizens. You know that your dad is probably still there. You aren't sure about your Luxodon friend because it has been several months since you've been home. He was a part of the Lord's Alliance, and there was a Lord's Alliance outpost there. But like you went away for training and then were sent to Nightstone, he may have had something similar. But with Goldbrand telling you he was at the beach during the attack, you gather even if he's not there now, he will be before. You could probably try any one of those 3.
all right, I'm gonna reach out to probably my mentor then, Grillner, because he's probably
Yeah,
like
the dwarf.
higher up on the chain of command and all that. So
Mm.
let him know what's up first.
Cool. Let me scroll to the right part here.
So this is just for fun because I don't expect Spencer to have to do this, but it says you send a short message of 25 words or less. And fitting a message in 25 words, y'all, is fucking hard.
It is. Concise is important. So this is to Grillnir Burrowfound. Since you know that spell, I don't think you have to make a check since you have that level. Let me double check.
I think you're right for spell scrolls.
Yeah, you'll have to make a check if it's of a higher level than what you can normally cast. So you auto-succeed on this. Let me double check that sending isn't one of those things where you have like a 1% chance for it to not make it.
Only if they're on another plane of existence.
Gotcha. Sweet. Okay, so you have 25 words. Devin, if you'll count us off.
But nah. That shit's hard.
Okay.
Ah,
If
man.
Switzer wants to, he can do it.
Man. All right. No, I'm kidding.
Shit. All right, let's see here.
You wanna? You can talk about what you want to say beforehand. You don't have to. The next 25
Right.
words.
Okay. I guess I definitely want to let them know that there is potentially. That would an awkward thing to bring up. So my friend had this knife thrown into his back, this psychic knife, and
It does sound crazy when you. Okay. You and you don't have to.
yeah, I guess I'm just no, I'm not letting him know all that. Like
I was about to
just the
say.
gritty details. Like
Spend 25 words talking about how your friend got stabbed.
I feel like you can tell him, town could be under attack. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe asking if they're okay. Maybe letting them know, because you would know this because you get to read the spell scroll, that they can respond to your message.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Okay.
All right. What you got?
Yeah,
You lay out the
alright.
spell. You place your hands on it, Full Metal Alchemist style. You feel the connection established between you and Grilnir, and you say,
I say, Commander Grilnir, Mentor Grilnir, or however I would formally address him, I guess. Oh shit!
"No, I'm kidding."
Sorry.
He is. It's funny. You know that he is a White Hawk, which is funny because you're now a White Hawk.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think you received a letter from your family like early in the campaign, or I think Daphne relayed back to them that this happened. So he knows, and from being in the organization, he would know that you were promoted as well.
All right, cool. Shit, so he equals now. But yeah, I address him as respectfully as possible, and I just let him know, Grilnir, town could be attacked. Brennan.
Bremen
Bremen.
could be attacked.
Bremen could be under attack by the Storbold and his clan of frost giants. If there's a way to respond,
You got 4 words left.
please.
Or no, you know he can respond.
Okay. Respond if
Alive, not dead.
assistance is urgent.
Respond if assistance is all you get with us. Okay,
Pretty good.
so a moment passes, and that connect. You still feel that connection. The spell scroll still growing beneath your fingers, and you hear, Bergen, thank you for the advance notice. There are no giants here now. We will prepare our forces. Will you be able to assist us? And you can't respond back, unfortunately. But that's what he relays, and you gather that now the town is prepping for this conflict, which I didn't think about, because the scroll of sending is what he's written to have. So that actually works out pretty well. That'll change the course of fate a little bit.
That's pretty cool. So you can also prepare that spell, Spencer, if you so wish. I believe. Is that correct, DM?
No, it is right. I was looking at because I was just looking at the spells the other day when I was prepping a new one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think for clerics and most caster classes, you can prepare whatever spells you want from the list at the start of each day. That's a pain in the ass to keep up with sometimes, but gives you more versatility if you so choose. Okay, you've passed on your message. What are you guys doing here?
Sounds like it's time to get the fuck out. We have the conch, that's all we really wanted. Unless y'all just want to go kill more shit. I'm bloodthirsty.
Oh.
I mean, we know there's at least 3 more frost giants out.
I'll move you guys back to the full-size map so y'all can see and ascertain if that's something that you wish to do. You know that there's 3 giants within the within Svardborg that you are aware of, and the actual interior. There's 3 in that other lodge. You also know there's several humanoids on one of the ships. I think that's all you would glean from that.
And there's still another 3 inside that other hut.
Yeah, hut number 2, I think.
I want to know, man.
There's also the upstairs of this chamber, for whatever it's worth.
Y'all think there could be shinies up there?
I mean, we're here.
Okay. You pop up there. And I'll try to be quick about it, because I imagine you guys are searching pretty rapidly. This room on the top floor is has a high-pitched roof. A wide triangular opening in the west wall allows wind and snow to enter. Near this opening, hanging from a chain bolted to the rafter, is a 20-foot tall wooden cage that holds a giant owl.
Oh.
You also see several wooden barrels, crates, chests, most of them frozen shut.
The owl's in a cage,
The owl is in a cage. It's a big cage.
so I can't get Goldbrand while he prowls through these crates, looks for shinies.
No. Yeah, it's locked up, and it doesn't seem agitated that you're here. It's clocking you, obviously, as it probably does whenever anybody comes up here. But
Goldbrand gets it. He has a pet raven.
make 3 strength checks for me.
How many?
3. Which for Goldbrand is kind of laughable, but one of them fails.
Yeah.
All right, so most of them you pop open pretty easy. You find, and some of them are marked in Jotun, so where you don't have to pry them open. Those I'm just going to describe to you. You see a barrel of pitch and 2 barrels of oil. You see a crate packed with 60 flasks of alchemist fire. 60 flasks of alchemist fire, which you guys would know is like not quite as strong as a fireball, but it's a canned fire spell that you just throw and shatter and boom.
It's almost like Greek fire.
Yeah, Greek fire is a very good comparison. You see,
How many can we put in a bag of holding?
you guys have a lot of stuff in there now.
We can take a couple if you want.
You could,
Can we put any in our pockets?
you could put some on your person. You could maybe even get the crate to the airship. There is an access point here, and as far as you know, there's no giants out wandering on the front of the iceberg where you would need to be. And on the actual big map, if you scroll toward the bottom, you guys are here. This higher portion here is where the owl's cage is. That top little partially covered one. You could pull the airship up and load some of this up directly. You also see a chest containing 4 50-foot lengths of chain, a fuck ton of gold and silver, like literal fuck ton.
Going into the notes, a fuck ton.
The last one, I'll mark it in there. I think it's 4,800 silver, and 3,600 gold.
Damn.
That's a good bet. I think that replenishes everything we spent last time we were in town.
Yeah.
We spent like 10k gold.
The last chest is not quite giving.
Does it look worth it? Look special? Look like all the rest of them?
It's a chest. One of the chests you opened had the chain. 4 of the chests you opened had the gold.
I mean,
So
I
that's
guess
not opening with his strength check?
Well, I just-
He rolled a 7 on that particular chest. The 14 does pop it open. Inside is a dead, frozen dwarf, female, clad in adamantine plate armor, clutching a warhammer, and wearing a fine belt that Sirius seems interested in.
Don't think barbarians feel bad about robbing corpses. Do you
Dead men
want
tell no
do you want
tales.
Stormers, Holy Mans, or Music Mans? It looks kinds of funny. It's very clean to have been here for so long.
Adamantine plate armor, I don't think is magical in of itself. It is heavy armor. I know Davos is wearing medium. I don't know what Bergen's wearing.
I think I'm wearing medium. I did last time I had some points. I put it in strength so that I could maybe start getting some heavier armor because I do have a proficiency to wear it.
I think that you This one might give you disadvantage. I'm gonna on strength checks or stealth checks. Let me look at that real quick just to make sure.
So that was medium armor you bought last time you spent coin for armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to have a 15 strength score, and it gives you disadvantage on stealth.
Ew.
But
15, I
if
think I
nothing
have
else,
15. No, I
you
am
would-
at 15.
Yeah, and if nothing else, this is the highest tier of armor you can get. You could probably sell it if you don't choose to utilize it. And adamantine gives it something else, but I forget what it
It
does.
negates crits.
That's right, yeah,
It's-
which is solid.
As opposed to mithril, which is like armor that lets you stealth.
Yeah, it's like light armor. It's whatever the armor is. It's much lighter than the normal material.
Would you say the negative was to the
It gives you disadvantage on stealth checks.
stealth checks?
Yeah.
I'll figure that out later.
There's also the belt. Sirius is seems really interested in this chest.
Dare anyone touch the belt?
I mean, God Future Goldbrand will take the belt. Like he's gonna be the one to strip the corpse. He's not gonna make
Cool.
Bergen do that. So
even
he'll take
after
the
you-
belt and give this armor to Bergen.
Even after you open up, or after you take off the belt, Sirius still seems interested in the corpse. And you find another spell scroll. I'm going to look at something real quick. That Goldbrand will be able to discern the intent of. It's nothing that you could cast, but this is a scroll of Summon Elemental,
Yikes.
which is pretty solid. I need to know if you guys are taking the crates of mundane stuff, like the oil, the alchemist fire, all of that. And if so, I'll just copy paste this whole thing.
What do you think? Y'all want to load it up?
Yeah, they
Hold
can
on,
keep their
there's-
wall.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all want the alchemist fire though?
Yeah, as much as we can take, because I feel like they would use that on Bremen.
It's also a cool thing to have on your ship that you can rain fire if you ever needed to.
Exactly.
Like, I'm thinking
That's
of,
what I don't want them doing.
yeah. If you,
Thorvald is on the ships. This might speak goes to house with us.
the belt itself, is etched in Jotun. It is not runes like the previous one. It is magical. And, let me double check one thing, and then I'll... the belt says, "May this imbibe you with the strength of Thyrim," which you would recognize as the name that I forgot, of the frost giant god, the son of Anam the Allfather, one of the 6 sons. You imagine it is a belt of frost giant strength.
Yeah.
Which
All attuned out.
Oh. I
You
mean,
could swap
Goldbrand
stuff
would
out if
make
you
room-
choose.
Yeah, Goldbrand will make room for it unless Bergen wants it. Because, or well, I guess either one of you want it.
For it.
It's
My attunement slots are all filled up anyhow.
I would make room for it.
It's a pretty top tier item. Like, it makes your strength
Yeah.
22?
More than that, I think. You sure? Yeah, it's kind of neat. It is. I think I said this with the gauntlets that Goldbrand is wearing, which he would be taking off if someone wants. That he's already strength based, so he's already good at that. So
The
if
frost
for some
giant
reason
belt
we
is
decide-
23.
23. For some reason, we decide someone else needs to be good at it too. This is the item to do that.
I see.
So,
Yeah, I don't think strength gives me anything.
Yeah, well, your weapon has finesse. So if your strength suddenly spiked up and was better than your dex, you could choose to use those modifiers instead of your dex modifiers. For what it's worth. But again, you'd have to drop something. I thought about this the other day for you too. You have to attune to the crystal ball to use it. That doesn't mean you always have to be attuned to it. So, no, you are attuned to it. But it takes 10 minutes to cast the scry. And if you have the time to take 10 minutes, chances are you have the time to take a short rest to attune to it and then to use it.
Right.
So, for what it's worth, if you want to only use that during travel, it's an option. I mean, you did use it today, so there are obviously times where it's nice to have, or no, you didn't use it today. Y'all used the scroll instead. So there are times that it could be useful, but food for thought. Oh no.
Mhm.
Also, I have to show you, my son in the wee hours of the morning, brought me this the other day. He's like, Daddy, it's a weapon to fight werewolves. And it looks like a little axe. And I thought that was the cutest fucking shit. So this is going to be mounted on my wall soon.
Isn't that what we found in the burial grounds? Isn't that Goldbrand's war axe?
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, same thing.
The axe of Lego, extra 15 damage when you step on it.
Rip.
um,
If y'all
'Kay.
want to take it, but if not, Goldbrand will put it on.
Do it.
Okay. Oh, you can't do that right now.
What do your gauntlets do?
Also- No,
make your
he's gonna
strength
take those
19.
off.
I
Yeah,
know,
he's-
but what are they?
They make your strength
do they do?
19.
Yeah. 18? 19, you're right.
I'd say. I think it's 19. I'll try to tidy that up in the
Oh,
back
you
later.
Goldbrand.
Say that again.
Said that's all you.
Okay. Well, one of you can take the gauntlets. Or one of the other characters, I guess, if y'all wanted. He'll take those off and do that next rest they have.
The owl stares you guys down as you continue your plundering. I think I combined plunder and loot.
Loot, yeah. I mean,
You're
Can
pooting.
we insight check this owl?
I was gonna say if he sees Goldberg sees you looking at it, he's gonna go. I can talk to it if he wants, but I don't think that he cares, gives a shits.
Well,
You sure it's not
Also-
like a
Security
watchtower,
camera.
like somebody could scry?
You think he can watch us through the owls?
He certainly is watching us.
you
The owl.
made you through Strahd have given all of us paranoia on on this kind of thing. Devin.
If you have a couple of minutes, I can sit down and
Tally will
chance
say
spells that will let me talk to it.
Tally will say, owls are rather wise creatures. It may be able to tell us some things.
Well, you fuckers better help me. My dumbass thinks of things to ask it, and Goldberg will take 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. I'll say while you're doing that, you guys call the ship over and they pull up to the front window and you guys start loading in the rest of the stuff while Goldbrand's doing this. Goldbrand, you can now
I'm
communicate with
just
the owl.
thinking, despite all my rage, I'm still just an owl in a cage.
Oh my god. The owl is like digging it.
Are you in a
Am I?
beneficial-
The owl, no, I'm sorry, go on.
Are you in a beneficial relationships with the owners of this abodes?
Storvald is my master, for lack of a better word. He uses me to deliver messages.
If I were to break open this cage, what would you do?
My initial instinct should be to fly to him. However, he is at sea, and I do not believe he will be back soon.
Goldberg relays this information to the group. Is there anything else he wants to ask us? I mean, I kind of think I'm just going to lose it here, so we can't risk it. Get things out.
You would free me? Asked the owl.
If you're not going to go to Stormfold,
he
Goldberg would relay. Yeah, would
he
translate.
sort of tilts his head a little bit. A snowy owl, by the way, I should say. It is many miles to the mainland, where he had captured me many, many years ago. I could not make it there in my flight. Even if I were to rest upon the icebergs, it is perilous. There are creatures that lurk in the deep that look for inopportune snacks when they may.
sounds like you want to come to Nightstone with us, bro.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
like we give
this-
him a ride.
I
Yeah.
feel like everything you guys encounter is just like, yeah, come back with us, come back with us. The owl
Like
sort of
we're on,
shakes
like,
its head.
Episode of Hoarders.
Yeah.
Or rather, this one would be Hooters.
Hooters. He says, I would, if you were to deliver me to the mainland, I would be in your debt. I could relay you information about Storvald that may be beneficial.
If we let it out.
Could he talk to a rock for us?
I do not speak to stones, Bard. No, I'm kidding. He does understand Common, so he can hear you saying this, but he can't speak it, but he speaks. Yeah, he can understand Jotun, Common, and Giant Owl, which apparently is a specific language.
Okay. Well, can Goldbrand insight check the owl
Sure.
just to make sure it's not about to fly the fuck off? I mean,
17?
don't know how you read an
The
owl.
owl
But I can talk to
is
it right now,
yeah.
So.
I almost imagine like Wan Chi Tong in Avatar. Everything relates back to Avatar. I was listening the other day and I made like 3 references in one episode. He seems genuine. He seems that he does not have a fondness for Storvold. Storvold has kept him here and has taken him from where he was from, and he served him out of the necessity of I am not built to hunt aquatically. It is not my function. It is difficult for me to live out in this wilderness.
He did say he was captured on the mainland.
And he does seem honest that he would give you information if you were to free him. Or to relocate him. I don't know if you want to...
Yeah.
I would say, meta-wise, I would say you could try to make some animal handling checks on the days it would take you to get to the mainland. And through that, you may be able to convince him to stay.
I want to see how something else turns out first. But if y'all are down, we'll take him with us and turn him loose on when we get
Yeah,
there.
let's do that.
Yeah.
You let him off and onto your ship, which already has a Pegasus, a giant raven, a
That's what
griffin,
how did him and the raven get along?
Ravens are kind of dicks to other birds, but owls are also predators. There's a mutual respect, like of you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. I'll say the owl actually goes up and sits with Kaya on the crow's nest, whereas most of the others sort of lounge about the deck, we'll say.
I like the picture they fly a lot too. Like that's
yeah.
why they
Oh yeah. As you guys are flying, they're rotating about, and I mean your ship is pretty big. It's like a couple hundred feet, I think, from bow to stern. But he also tells you once you free him, Storvold has gone to pursue the Ring of Winter. He believes he has found a way to transport himself to wherever he is hiding. That is beyond me. He was distruthful with the mage below. That, if my ears don't deceive me, I believe he may have done combat with. He knows that the mage seeks what he seeks, and was wanting to leave him here when he acquired it. I also know... Fuck, what would an owl know? There's a dragon on the iceberg. The mother to the clutch beneath, who is bound to Storvold's will by the eggs. She will obey him so he does not destroy them. I also know it looks you up and down. Fuck, what do owls get for perception? Fuck. Got a 13? Okay, he'll probably get at least a +2. There are more of your kind. Speaking to Goldbrand. Within the lagoon.
My kind on the iceberg? Within the lagoon. I see. Oh. Uthgar taken prisoner. So we used as slaves.
He sort of tilts his head both ways. Look different, but similar.
Smaller, so I would think.
Some quite large.
A mix of tribes.
We've always had good luck with your tribes in the past.
Yeah, there's not... I wouldn't know how to get through malls of weapons. There are 3 more giants downstairs.
You would know they were actually using spears to chip away the ice.
We have a chest full of freaking fireballs, bro. Pass them out.
He has a point. They're not as strong as a fireball, I should say. I'll pull it up just to make sure, but they're not that potent.
You get the idea.
Yeah. I just don't want you to think you were throwing 3rd level spells for fucking funsies. It fills up an area. It only does 1d4 damage, but it fills up an area of 20 feet. But you have 60 of them. 60
Rough
D4?
days.
I'm sorry, did you say 64? No. 60 D4? That's like an average of 120 damage. That would drop a giant.
What was the first thing he said before talking about
Fuck,
the
Devin, I don't know.
Ah.
I didn't know you would talk to this bird. Like, before talking about the Uthgard, there's a dragon here. It
Yes,
is
okay,
bent
that
to
was
Storvald.
Thank you.
Yeah, is bent
No,
to
that was my
Storvald's will.
question. Do we want to help? Do I want to help this dragon out of this bullshit, or we just want to get the fuck out of here? Or well, I don't know if I want to save the youth card or not.
Tally would be.
I didn't know.
You got muted there, dude. What?
Yeah, I muted it because that dude was walking up again.
He's waiting for you to talk now. He's like on the look like I'm gonna go fuck with Brandon. Davos.
That's literally what it was.
What that is.
I didn't know dragons to be like the motherly, so I don't know if even if I don't even know if Davos would know this. If we freed the eggs from the frost giant, if they would even be obligated to us in any way other than not death.
Anyone who wants to could make a history check or an investigation check. History or investigation. I think Tally has a decent investigation. I'm not sure on that.
I think Bergen's is alright too.
No.
No.
I just rolled a 7 on history.
Oof. Goldbrand, you're the only one who hasn't rolled, so go ahead.
I don't like it.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, I was about to say, it's going to be hard to do worse than a 6, a 7, and a 2. With a 12, you would remember a little bit of what Maxine told you about dragons. And you know from Bergen that it's a white dragon. That they're evil, but they're immensely powerful. Even if the dragon does not prove to be an ally, removing it from Jarl Storvald's control would be a boon. Food for thought. Also, by extension, I guess, freeing his slaves would also aid you in a way. Especially if they became your slaves. I mean, your warriors.
Followers. I mean,
there's also a lot of them. There's probably 30.
This is the new plans, I think. So we takes the eggs, we offers the giants. We tells the dragons she can have the eggs back if she kills those 3 or all of the giants. I don't care. Then we freeze the slaves and goes and takes them back to Nightstones, I guess, because that's what we do.
The owl will tell you. Hootie will tell you. Oh yes, there is a. You speak of the dragon, the giants in the lagoon. The dragon has a way through there, through its holding. It can actually emerge through that area. If you were to tell it where its clutch was, the dragon could acquire it. This is information that has been hidden, but this structure will not hold her back.
Oh. How do we just tell this dragon that, yo?
Yeah, I was gonna say the crystal ball, but we'll probably just have to. Hey, dragon.
Does the owl know how to get to the dragon from here?
If it's on the crow's nest, it like swivels its head and it points to this rather large building over here, Temple or Lodge 4, to the far north. There is a door on the front of it. You imagine like there is a door on the front of the rest of these.
Well, we can try to go tell it, or something else. I don't know.
Or something else. Brilliant, Devin. Wow,
Send
your
the
words.
owl to go tell it.
We'd have to write something. I don't know if the owl can talk to the dragon.
Oh yeah, I can't.
The owl communicates with Storvald by speaking giant owl. Like Storvald can understand it. It could carry a written message. I don't know if the dragon would. The owl does not like this idea. I think that the dragon will eat first, check for messages, never.
Mm-hmm.
The ships takes me over there and drops me offs. At least if it's blast me's, I won't. Hopefully, it goes down the first times. I can deliver our messages and then jump back on the ships.
Tally also proposes, I suppose, if I can catch sight of it, I could communicate with it from a distance. Using the old noodle.
I too have message within 120 feet, and I don't think I speak Draconic. Let me
You don't
see.
need to. I think for most mental
Oh,
things,
yeah.
as long as it understands a language, it can understand you.
How are we gonna go? There's a question. Can the airship take us over there? There's no
It
really
can.
place for it to land.
You have not seen any frost giants on the exterior yet. If you fly over the lagoon, they'll see you. But if you
Yeah.
skirt around the island, you imagine you could avoid being seen.
So what y'all want to do? We can jump off there and try to let it know, and then get back on the airship, let it do its thing, and then maybe.
Oh, it's already happening, dude.
Uh,
No, I'm kidding. All right. You guys come around to this building, pop off the front. You peek in the front door and you see a towering giant statue, and you recognize it as that same god we were just talking about, Therum, the frost giant god. You gather that this is a temple, a holy place.
Thanks. Can't hear nothing in there.
No? You peek around the corner. Oh shit, is that on the token layer? Whoops, that was supposed to be hidden. My bad. It's a good thing you already know it's here.
Yeah.
You peek around the corner and you don't see anything. It's a towering room. You see, what is this, 4E?
Do you just have to see it to say anything to Stavros? If it's in this buildings?
I think you have to see it. Also, 120 feet is only 12 squares. You see, ice has broken through the walls and the ceiling of this hall. A high gash opens it up to the outside. You see set in alcoves or stone statues. You see that some of the doors have been torn from their hinges. Twisted iron offer evidence that the door put up a fight. You see the roof of the chamber sports numerous holes above, which you can see the ice that you know forms the actual iceberg of Svardborg. But you also see, we're just going to say Tally sees this because Tally's sharp as shit, that wooden pillars rise to meet rafters about 30 feet overhead, with a pitched roof that rises higher, forming an 80-foot tall bell tower with rafters on its own. And dangling from these rafters is an enormous iron bell, 20 feet in diameter at the base. Doesn't have a clapper or a rope, but instead, you see curled inside it an adult white dragon, eyeing you at the entryway. Has not made a move to descend, but is aware of your presence.
I would just say if it's
Shit.
Tally or me, like, once again, just message, be like, hey, just wanted to let you know there's.
So it's 80 feet up. We'll say subtract 20. It's 60 feet up. You have to be within 6 squares from the circle that says bell to communicate with it.
I think maybe we should just call out to it from like the. I feel like we
Yeah,
should
that's
be.
what I was gonna say. Can I just yell really loud?
Yeah. What do you say?
Would just say, hey, we don't mean any fight. We saw that there was 7 dragon eggs.
As soon as you say the eggs, like, she flies down and, like, crashes into the ground and looks at you.
Oh, make
Not
sure-
aggressively, but very intense.
we thought, you would be interested in knowing where they were at. I would describe the tower, the lodge, where they're at, on the 2nd floor, and please don't eat us.
And we would
We're only
really
here to
like
help.
shoot the kills to 3s in the pits.
Yeah,
Eyes
yeah.
for an eyes.
Pits.
If
What?
you want.
What do you mean? The pits.
Goran describes the circle where the Uthgard are and the giants are. He says,
Lagoon.
yeah, the lagoon. I don't care if he kills all of them, but those 3s particularly, in exchange for your children's.
Giants have tormented me, stolen away my young. To rid the world of them would bring me glee. Do you have any further conditions?
Speak carefully. You've told it where its eggs are. You've told it to kill the 3 in the lagoon.
We would like to leave here, and we would like our airships to leave here. I don't know what else to tell it.
Don't eat my bird.
Good call. It wouldn't bother anything on the airship. It is going to emerge from this lagoon and begin attacking things in the proximity.
Don't eat the Uthgard either.
There we go.
Oh, okay. I'm glad
This
you
dragon was
picked
about to feast.
it up.
Um,
Let's maybe say only giants this time. Just
the dragon looks at you.
It will be done. Leave my horde undisturbed, and I will not pursue you.
horde.
And if you look to the far corner where it says 4H, you see a pool. And in this pool, frozen now, in this frigid temperature, gold, platinum, silver, copper, items, artifacts, entombed in this ice. But the dragon turns. And in that hole labeled 4G submerges. And about 3 seconds pass before you hear a massive splash and screams and Uthgard and giant as the dragon begins hailing a storm of frozen ice across it. You all exit. There's not a way to the lagoon from here besides through that tunnel. So unless any of you want to take a dip, I imagine you're going out the front door.
Maybe we should just get in the airships and take advantage of the chaos.
Yeah, we could.
The
Did you want to rescue your buddies down there?
I think we can do that with the airship? Question
Oh,
mark.
yeah,
I figured we
true.
would just fly down to them. I
Yeah,
don't really know.
you guys come out, the airship rises up, and you see one of the giants in the dragon's claw being smashed against the iceberg, one in its mouth tearing through, one of them trying to race away, but before it can get into the building, the giant lands on it like a falcon going in for the kill and rips its head off. It looks to your airship as it hovers over. There's a gleam in its eye. For it remembers its eggs. And it flies and crashes into the back of Jarl Storvold's lodge and begins to tear through it. You imagine you have a matter of minutes. The Uthgar are scrambling, terrified, shouting. One in particular stands out to you, a larger figure. And these Uthgard, now that you're a little closer, you recognize as Grey Wolves. Fuck. I said paste, damn it, paste! There we go. And they are all... Most of them seem to be of half-orc descent. They are a mixed people. Just as you are Goliath, just as Kaya is Drow, these are half-orcs. The chief sees the airship, and you can hear him, "Fuck! We cannot get away on their ships. We cannot control their oars. We need to find a way off this this Uthgard forsaken ice. And his people begin to try to rush about.
Can we fit everybody on the airship that they have? Or are we gonna have to
If you
fashion-
ask Tajin will say, it would be difficult. We could not fly, but as we are at sea, we could sail with this weight.
But we need to get to Bremen.
He will tell you it will not affect your speed, just your altitude.
Y'all are down with that?
Yeah, I suppose.
Even navigating through like glaciers and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
He says that you'll be fine. You have sharp eyes. You have cannons if you need to blast some things out of the way. It will not affect your speed to a, crazy degree. Now, this iceberg is huge. This is the largest one by far in the Sea of Moving Ice. There are chunks of ice, but they are not all massive like this.
I was just thinking if we had to sneak through them, it technically would limit our, not necessarily speed, but distance able to be traveled in a day.
Flying over,
Or not.
they're not like, it's not like a maze of ice. Like, they are floating, but there's a good bit of distance between most of them. It wouldn't be so much snaking as it would be like light gliding adjustments to, go through the opening between two in front of you. It wouldn't be like you'd have to like make hairpin turns and sharp hooks and stuff like that.
Okay. And then where would we bring them, I guess? Like, did we want to make a stop for these Zeus guards, or
Does Cobra know like where their stand is?
In the north, below the spine of the world technically, but if you mention any of this to the chief, Seiko, he will tell you, if you can get us to the mainland, that will be plenty. Uthgard guide you for showing mercy on us. Please. I do not know how long that dragon will be occupied. We must flee with haste.
So
agreed?
how do we get out of here once we have all them on here and we're waterbound?
If you say that aloud, Tajin will say you'll have to get... There is an iron gate, like a chain that has been raised up to prevent boats from leaving the lagoon. You will have to have them get through to the outside. Like, have the Uthgard walk through one of the buildings to get to the front. And then load them up on that side and take off.
We can't lower the gate.
You can, but you haven't seen the mechanism for it.
All right. If the first solution's quicker, I think that's what we do.
Seiko will point to building number 3 and that is the dockhouse we normally camp in. We can race through there. And they begin charging through. You guys fly over, hovering just a bit, dropping off the rope ladders. The Uthgar hurriedly crash through. And from this side, you can see the dragon. And as you look over, it has 3 eggs within an arm and looks to you. And begins crawling across the ice, seemingly coming for you, moving towards the lodge before passing by, making its way back to the temple, where it has made its nest. You guys load up the barbarians, take to the seas, and flee. And as you do, Seiko, this older, rough-looking half-orc man, donning this gray wolf cowl with 2 chiseled flint axes on his belt, introduces himself as Chief Seiko of the Grey Wolves. And he will tell you, my tribe was attacked by frost giants as we were visiting our mound. The survivors were brought back here some months ago, though the ceaseless winter has made it difficult to tell how long. It's made it even more difficult to survive. We numbered nearly 100 before the attack. Now, merely 20 of us remain.
Ouch.
He'll tell you
That's
that.
rough, buddies.
40 were brought there.
Yeah.
40 were brought there, and they have just slowly died off through the months, through the extreme cold, the haphazard conditions, the scarce food that they are given.
What were they doing?
He will tell you, Storvald was having us try to free the ancient ships of the old giants from the ice. We had done those two, he points to that. Well, we had done the two others within the lagoon. Before, the only ship that Storvald had was his ship, the Krigvind, a massive ship. These great ships were additions to his fleet. Though now, I doubt there'll be giants to fly them, to sail them.
Good.
He also tells you, Storvald left yesterday to go to the mainland, lands of the Northfolk barbarians. And Gulbrand, you and Bergen would know that this is the frozen reaches of the Icewind Dale, the area that you have called home, Bergen, the north of the spine of the world. Actually, now that you guys are sailing, I'll pop you on the main map. Bloop,
Is
bloop,
it
bloop, bloop.
Rhaegar barbarians? I don't know if that's how you say it.
They're referred to as Northfolk. I forget what the it's the other tribe of barbarians on the well, not tribe, the other sect of barbarians, I should say. Where's my triangle marker? I don't see it.
Oh, boys. Maybe it's a Rayhead barbarians, because it's Rayhead.
Rayhead, that sounds right, yeah. You guys have navigated out of Svardborg. Not fully explored, but sufficient enough.
So with a dragon on the loose. Or maybe we just helped it win its lair back. I can't tell.
You gather... Well, I don't think Seiko would know, and you didn't ask the dragon, so yeah, we'll leave it at that.
We killed 2 giants for it, so...
Seiko will tell you, Storvald seeks a man named Kimber. He says, before he left, he had mentioned that to another giant, he must go to where the blood of this man's line was spilt, so that he may pursue him beyond the flow. He also has with him an enormous Remorhaze, Erebus.
Fuck stats.
Fuck stats indeed. That didn't go at all like I thought it would, but that was interesting. You guys, once you're a safe distance away, Tajin and the rest of the crew ask you where you are headed.
Oh, I reckon
That's what it said.
Brennan now.
Yeah, we're gonna chase down Storvald.
Oh, yeah.
If you tell
He
him
left a
that,
day ago. That's good to hear.
and it's if you ask the navigator, Naya, I think her name is, she will tell you that is not too terribly far away. We can get there in 2 or 3 days, depending on our navigation. We can get to the mainland in 2, unload the barbarians, and proceed our way northward. By flying, we can cut past the river that Storvald would likely take to get to the town. And as she points it out on the map, the rest of you, besides Bergen, who already knew this, see that Bremen is not on the seafront, but is rather on the lakefront, next to a massive river that, in the past, Storvald had navigated through to get up to Bremen and attack it from the coast rather than cross by land. It will be... Bergen, make 2 investigation checks for me. This is you to help Naya navigate. Because she is helping you, make them with advantage. Oof.
Damn.
So that's the first
That's
with
just the first one there.
Actually, that's the first and the second. Go ahead and roll the first and second advantage. Yeah!
Wow.
Okay. Wow. That nat 1 was gonna be rough. You make very good time. through navigating very cleverly through the sea of moving ice, avoiding the larger icebergs, skirting the ones that you can, even blasting some of the smaller ones to help make a direct line there. You arrive, what you gather
Is
is
it
sorry.
is it possible we can do our flying lessons on the way to try to, if we can all get Mount Trust up enough, we could fly there when we hit the coast.
I mean, you wouldn't fly faster than the airship. It would be about the same speed.
Fair enough.
And they would also have to rest in between. You wouldn't be able to fly like through the night, for example. You can make checks for them if you would like. I'll go to the page where I have your checks stored. Anyone who wants to can make 2 animal handling checks. Where the fuck is this shit? Solid. Davos, I didn't see that if you rolled it, my dude.
7 and a 3.
7 and 3. You were so close too. You just needed 1. There's technically 1 more day of travel. Roll 1 more. Same for you, Bergen. Or excuse me, same for you, Goldbrand. Bergen, you passed the 5 that you needed, so you and your creature are officially bonded. You and the griffin.
15.
15 does pass. Davos, you have officially bonded with your Pegasus, which you named and I forgot. What was it? Spot. That's
Spot.
right. I love it. I love it. Okay, I would die for Spot. I picture like the dog from Little Rascals that has like the perfect ring around its eye. Goldbrand, you
And
got...
oddly enough, we just had its hip bone replaced, so I have it as a necklace.
I will weep. Goldbrand, you still need 1 more to be fully bonded with Ugin. And if someone can roll 3 checks for Tally. Come on, Devin, you slacking son of a bitch.
Rip, Devin. Animal handling. Tally's is pretty good.
3. Boop, boop, boop. Do all 3 of those pass? Yeah, 13 is what you needed. Oh, but Tally only had 1 success. Because he fell in the water on your first trip. Tally is close. Goldbrand is close. Davos and Bergen, you're there. Let me scroll back down to where I was. Excellent. You guys get there in the 2 days. And along the way, Seiko will mourn that the giants raided their mound, that they robbed it of its artifact that made it sacred.
Iam's workings on that.
Workings on that.
You let me worries about stats. You just keeps trespassers out of your lands as best you can.
If they are still our lands. He says the Raven tribe shares that mound with us, shared neighboring territory. I fear that they may have infringed upon it. And with the 5th of our forces, I do not know if we could reclaim it. But we will do our best.
Perhaps it would be wise just to join your neighbors.
Join the Ravens. He spits on the ground. An insult.
I thought you might seize it that way.
We have waged wars with them. Our only mutual respect is for Raven Rock. Which, Goldbrand, you've already heard that it has been robbed. And you notice Kaya up in the spotter's nest, like, kind of keeping an eye on this conversation.
I don't have anything to replace it with right now. Right now.
We will attempt to cross the southern foothills of the spine of the world. Try to avoid crossing the peaks where we may lose more of our kin. Tell me, Blue Bear, the tribe that was once myth, returned. Where do your people wander?
Oh man, it's a long stories. Goldbrand, I'm gonna say Goldbrand's not intelligent enough to process. I had to condense for him. I'm a lord now, and they stay at this town, and things are whack. So he's.
You've got 3 days of travel. I mean, you could, relay the bulk of the important information if you wanted to.
I think Goldbrand would tell him it was a long story, and he would break it up over conversation with him throughout the 3 days.
This is the end of the 3 days. I need you to. This is the end of the second day. You're about to drop them off.
he would tell them where Nightstone was, and he can't offer them a place in the tribe. I feel like he's not the chief; he doesn't make that decision. You could go make your case to Hideous Moon's Musk, and he would give them a brief explanation and directions to Nightstone. But I cannot speak if she would accept use. It's that or dies defending her stance. Does not particularly matter to me.
He nods his head. We will seek out our lands. See if the ravens have reclaimed them. If we can make our home there, we will, but if that is not an option, then we will guide ourselves southward. Thank you, Starkeeper. Which is not something you volunteered to him.
I feel like that's the Grumpy's over here. Like it's what I do is just wanders off.
You shouldn't walk around shirtless if you don't want people to know. No, I'm kidding.
That dude's got an obsidian necklace. Like, duh.
Yeah, fucking iPad on his neck, like constellations across his shoulders. Yeah, I mean, okay. The barbarians depart.
It's a weird college phase. Don't ask.
The barbarians depart. The airship once again takes flight rather than sailing, and you arrive at. Actually, he does give you one more bit of information. When Storvald left, he said he thought it would be a 4-day journey, plus 4 days back, and the however long they needed to be there. So at least 9 days before they returned. 4-day journey stands out to you because you've saved yourself a half day by navigating successfully. So you gather that you are about a half day early when you arrive to Bremen. You see it along the coastline. And, Bergen, as the ship descends, you meet a few familiar figures. A human man with red hair and rough armor with a symbol of helm upon his gauntlet. Wearing a breastplate, and you recognize this man to be your father, Runder Stonespire. You see a white-haired dwarf with snow in his beard, wearing heavy armor and holding a maul. Your mentor, now equal in rank, Whitehawk Grilnir Burrowfound. And lastly, you see a tall, broad figure covered in shaggy brown hair. 2 small beady eyes regards you warmly above long tusks.
Gotta be his mom.
Before a trunk. She's dead, how rude. Before his trunk raises up and bellows gleefully at your arrival. Hang on, I tried this. This is your old friend, and now soldier of the Lord's Alliance, the Luxodon Taldan Hodris. The other 2 I didn't pull a picture for, but you know, I'm gonna drop one of him in here just because it's fun. Just that, but brown.
Oh, that's cool.
As you approach, Grilnir thanks you. Thank you, Bergen. With your notice, we were able to scrounge up a meager force. We do not know how many are coming, but we have gathered a few knights of the Order of the Gauntlet, some of the Lord's Alliance, and a humble gathering of townsmen and local guards. Altogether, we are about 40 in number. Do you know how many are aboard Storvold's vessel?
No, I don't even think we really have even an approximate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Does not matter. So we are worth 10s each and go around with gesture to the group.
You could each kill 10 giants. 2 just
No,
about kicked
but
y'all's
like-
ass.
Go interesting like this.
We could start passing out these fire flasks
It's
Yeah.
Good ammunition.
and just hit him with
Ah.
the ship as he's coming in.
well, we can take the airship over his ship. And
Yeah, I was
try
thinking
to
about that.
Try to bomb it.
firebomb him. Yeah.
You may. He will ask you. I do not know what your course of action is. We can choose to fight, try to protect Bremen, or we could choose to retreat and save the people. I do not know what threat this may possess. Their last attack was disastrous. We still have not fully recovered from their raid. And as you look about the city, some buildings are pristine. You see a glorious granite temple to Helm upon the hill that you gather is a recent construct. Bergen, you, of course, took part in building that after the previous was destroyed. Some buildings seem to have been abandoned, not worth putting back together, or perhaps the residents of which didn't survive the initial attack. You also see a very meager fleet for a fishing town. Perhaps 6 vessels, none of them large, all fishing. Nothing made for war such as this.
Well, I would say evacuate the civilians for sure, but we should stay and bring the ruckus,
Bring the ruckus.
the motherfucking ruckus.
You've seen these ships before? If this has happened before? How many did you see on the ships the last time this happens?
Grilnir froze his brow. It was difficult to say. They caught us by surprise. Storvald approached, leapt from his ship, and froze the sea beneath his feet. His men then disembarked and stormed the coast. At least a dozen, perhaps 2. The ship itself fired ballista upon the city.
If we could bomb those ships.
Well, yeah.
It'd still be a
sounds
good
like
idea to get all the women and children out.
that goes to neighboring towns.
Is there like a wall, like a palisade or anything?
In Bremen, no, you're not a big city. And even if there was, there probably wouldn't be one along the coastline.
Yeah.
Now, Bremen is part of what is known as the 10 Towns. There are other settlements nearby that you could have people evacuated to. You could choose to send them by land. You could choose to send them in the airship. But Tajin will tell you that they could provide some air support, for lack of a better word. Or if you would
they're
like...
going on foot.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
could leave the mounts.
Double
with us.
time! What was that, Devin?
They could leave the mounts with us.
Also an option.
And
They
maybe
wouldn't...
upon dropping the women and children off, taking a few more good men to fight.
He tells you that all the men who are able, even some of the women, some of the older teens, have joined more or less the guard force.
Okay.
Altogether, about 40 to 50 people, plus yourselves.
I wish we had a ways to quickly move troops. Not some things we can do.
Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to do here.
Do we want to send the airship with them, or no?
Nah, I say we send them the Shoelace Express.
Shoelace
Tell them to go.
Express. They actually, it's been a couple days since you've notified them. I would say they began evacuation this morning. There are no civilians, quote unquote, left. Everyone within the city who is here to die protecting it. Whew, excuse me. If you want to try to bomb the ship, you can. It may fire back on you, but you could potentially, if you can sink the vessel, that would slow them down tremendously.
Just thinking if we should try to do it on our steeds, if we would be able to dodge cannon fire better.
You might.
That would be a harder target to hit. But you guys have saddles, and you've bonded with your steeds, but you have not learned how to properly fly them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're still pretty
Okay.
new with.
I keep forgetting about that.
You could do it, like you could choose to take them, but you would have to make checks to do it. And if you fall, there's no Kaya there to feather fall you. Unless one of you has that, but I don't think that's a thing.
Yep.
Sounds like a dilemma for next week.
Next week on Storm King's Thunder.
Really?
No, yeah. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call it a night there. Keep in mind, you do have the bombing option.
Yeah.
and you could choose to try to, other than that, hope you boys had fun. I had a lot of fun tonight. You guys kicked some ass
yeah.
and avoided some things that I thought would pose a challenge to you. I like how everything unfolded. You guys negotiated with the dragon, acquired a giant owl ally, got some booty, got the conch, and successfully notified your town in advance, which changed fate. Because there were 3 possible ways that this session could end. One of them was with him already there. If you failed those checks to navigate quicker, he would have been there when you got there. So you saved their fucking asses. And they wouldn't have been ready. So you notifying them increased their odds a bit to begin with.
Wow. Because we fucking marked that fucking narc wizard.
Yeah. Friendly reminder to always loot your corpses.
We did mark the shit out of him. You're not wrong. He popped back in the room, and we were all like, "That bitch."
Snitches get stitches, motherfucker. Psionic knife to the face. With that, my dudes, cannot wait for next week. It's going to be a wild time, start to finish, and we'll have a great time. Love y'all.
Wait. Next week is when I will be out of town.
You motherfuck. Well, actually, this is a good time to say this. So, Tally reached out, says that he's not forgotten about us. He is going to take some time for himself. Josh should be back soon. Stefan said he would be back about the end of the month. So, if we have 3 next week, we will play, and Zatari or Valkyr will have been a stowaway on your ship.
I can tell you Valkyr will not be there, so maybe
yeah, he's still doing
Josh.
school. That's fair. Zatari may be a
he'll be out
stowaway.
of town with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
where you guys going?
celebrating the grandma's 90th birthday in Virginia Beach.
Oh, super cool. I was about to say, you're coming
We're gonna
Blue
go
Ridge? Because I know your parents are here.
skydiving.
Shit, dude. Well, fucking tell us how Davos enjoys that.
Skydiving.
Will, I'm going to pretend I'm jumping off of, what's the name of our airship?
The West Wind Waver. Do it.
Yeah, there you go.
For Nightstone!
Friendly reminder to plug the halfway point.
Oh, yes. We are over halfway, I think, through this adventure.
Oh, shit.
As such, yeah, I mean, you guys have... I estimate...
They get faster as you level up.
Yeah. I imagine it's going to be about 50 sessions. You guys tonight are finishing 28, so we're, I think, 3/5 of the way through. Which brings us to thinking about what we're starting to do next. Devin has a couple of ideas of stuff he would like to do. If someone else would like to take a turn DMing, we're open to that. If someone else would like to run a one-shot or something, just to get a feel for it, we're open to that as well. There's a couple that he's looking at. Nothing is in stone yet, but I imagine sometime in the coming weeks we're going to give you here's some of your options of what this DM wants to run, what sounds interesting, and trying to see, where we go after this. Again, this will be
pirates, space, or possibly a pre-written adventure like Call of the Netherdeep or Tomb of Annihilation.
Do the one I want you to do. Do the one I want you to do.
I wouldn't mind doing like a 2 or 3 shot, like maybe something shorter.
Okay, like a micro adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just to switch it up a little bit because we are doing this one. The one before that was Strahd, and then Eberron is all I've ever played. So I was kind of interested in either 1 shots or 2 or 3 shots.
No, we could do something like that. We can even do it as a prelude, depending on what if you and Devin want to talk and work something out. Devin may pick an adventure that starts at... Oh, buddy, I hear you. Devin may pick an adventure that starts at level 5. So if you want to pick an adventure that takes us from 2 to 5 or something, or something along those lines, or if you want to do something completely unrelated, that's an option too. So, but you two can DM each other and see what's going on. Devin, if you want to get together your pitch document, again, this is a few months down the line, but the sooner we can tell Devin, the more time he has to prep.
The biggest thing is just usually the reason when I'm running games that I remind right now is to start thinking about your character concept.
Yeah.
because that usually takes a little bit of time to gestate on, and even if I don't have the campaign totally prepped, a concept is something that we can work out regardless.
And knowing your character and what you want to do backstory wise is kind of an integral part to prep, long-term prep anyway. So yeah, be thinking on that. What class you want to play, what type of
And
character.
I do know anytime we've started spending too much time character concept, and then we kind of been like, all right, let's hurry up and finish Storm's Thunder, and
Yeah, let's
get to
jump
this
ship.
campaign.
I'll say, what is it now? It's May.
It'll be another probably month before I have a pitch document. Like, I want to wait till
Yeah.
Josh and Stefan get back before I push out a pitch document.
That's a fair point. So we'll say early June, give or take.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll probably be done with this, and this is a very broad range, but sometime 2 to 4 months, I think. We'll probably end up right around the year mark because we started October 19th, I think. So we'll probably end up somewhere close to that when we wrap this up. But lots of fun shit to talk about. And if there's something you want to pitch, like, hey, I don't want to DM, but this adventure sounds fun. I can't guarantee anybody will pick it up, but if there's something that draws your attention, it may interest one of us as well.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Brandon, feel free to hit either one of us up too for.
yeah.
I don't know if you want to buy something and run it, or if you want to write something and run it, but I'm sure Joey and I are both rivers to our people. Smack Corporal says.
I know I have a few books.
Yeah, I know you have the Icewind, or not the Icewind, the is it
I
Icewind
think it
Dale?
is Ice. Or
Something like
something like
I
that.
don't think it's Icewind Dale.
It's like Rise of the Ice Dragons or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I gotta send you that book because I got the replacement.
Oh, cool. Because yours was misprinted, right?
It was like slightly crooked, but just the cover, not the pages inside.
But before you send that to anybody, you might be able to sell that for a good bit of money. Misprints, for some reason, go for like crazy money.
Yeah, sometimes.
Depending on,
Really?
yeah, exactly. Depending on the degree of it. Like there's some that like it's double printed. So like everything's on the page twice, but just slightly to the, like, doesn't quite overlap perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Just take a look. I mean, it may be such a minor thing that it's not something people will buy, but I don't know. Some people collect shit like that. It's weird.
It's also not like official 5e content, so I don't know if that affects that.
Is it Wizards of the Coast that put it out?
No, it's a
No.
third-party adventure.
Oh, that
Yeah.
may make it a little less likely to resell pretty high, but still fun food for thought. And if you send it to one of us, we can pass it off to the other, and then we'll mail it back to you or whatever.
Yeah, if you see something on D&D Beyond that you're interested in, you might reach out to us too, because one of us might be interested enough in it to just buy it, or you
Yeah.
can just buy it yourself. And any like character concept, any character content that's in that adventure, we would have access to build with, because you're in a campaign with us.
I want to play as, like, what do they call it? I think the War Mage off of that
War Mage.
Valda's Fire Secrets book I shared with you guys. It's like nothing but cantrips.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
That's neat. Yeah, if you wanted us to have that in D&D
It's on my-
Beyond, you would have to like put it. You'd have to do a homebrew.
Yeah,
put
that's
all
what
those stats in a
sucks.
homebrew.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and somebody else may have done it, so search around for the unofficial content. And
Yeah.
I
Maybe
will
by
say,
then. Yeah.
even when we're done with this campaign, don't leave this group, because the way we have it set, any books that I buy or Devin buys or any of you buy, we can share. Even if even if it's 10 years from now and we're playing in separate campaigns, we still have access to that material.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Joey and I buy fairly frequently, so the collection grows.
We have a problem.
We're about it. I meant to talk to you about that. I think I want to buy those.
I guess that's another reason I want to do like shorter campaigns, is just to make all this stuff that y'all are spending money, that we're spending money on, worth it. Like, at least dabble a little bit, versus
No, yeah. And it's
y'all will end up having more books than we've run campaigns.
and
that's the goal.
before this, I had ran 3 one-shots. Like the first one I did was actually this dungeon. It was Svardborg. And ended differently. Now that you guys have done, I don't mind to tell you, they gave the dragon her eggs, and since they didn't have any leverage, the dragon attacked them. and they had to flee and run out because it's an evil dragon. She
Evil,
she
yeah.
has what she wants. Yeah. A couple other different things happen because in the adventure as written, Svardborg is supposed to return as soon as you get the conch, and he comes with 20 fucking ice giants on that goddamn ship.
Oh, shit, bro.
I guess I shouldn't have told you that exact number, but it was a shit show.
That's okay.
They killed him barely, but they were, I don't know. They were lucky the dragon was running wild and distracting them.
I think we had some assistance.
Had some assistance.
There's the ship has more than just a giant. I think I don't remember exactly. Maybe
Yeah, as written. Some things have changed.
Okay, because I couldn't remember.
You are correct, though. Yeah,
I'm not gonna try.
there was oh, hold that run. Anyhow, hope you gentlemen had a good night. I know I did. I will try to post timestamps for last week's session tomorrow, and then have this one up sooner than the week after our session. But hope you guys have a great night. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. We love you. And is it Friday yet?
Later, guys.
Deuces. Buddy.